Says we're live. Oh my god. OMGs. Hi everyone. Well, if you're live, if you're watching the playback, hello. I don't know what that hair is doing. We're here for the 24-hour readathon, and I'm so excited.
Oh my god.
Like, I'm so pumped.
There are so many people here.
I've been chatting with everybody in the comments while I waited for you.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I told you
we're 2 minutes behind. We're good. It's okay.
The one weekend I have something to do, everyone decides I have nothing to do.
Oh, Belle was here. Robin's here. And she's going to read one of my faves. I loved Harbor. That's a really good Pollyann book. We got some Tamora Pierce.
Nice.
A classic. This one, I think we both would enjoy. It sounds like to me. What the Music You Love Says About You. I feel like, I don't know. That's a nonfiction I think I could see us liking. It's just going to tell me I'm a depresto bitch, but it's fine.
Me and her I have to send her the link to this. She wants to read tonight.
Okay.
She said she'll probably read 5 hours, and I was like, that's fine. That's the point, right?
Listen, everyone here, this is low key. This is not.
If you know anything about me and Izzy, this is just chaos.
Yeah.
For the whole internet.
Yeah.
For an extended period of time. So
this is what my members get.
You don't
multiple times a month
be friends with us.
Oh God, no, we're a mess. I've never heard of this book. I'm gonna have to look it up. Heat Haven. I don't think I've heard of that one either. Listen, we're gonna be here looking things up. It's fine. Hi.
At some point, we're just gonna get slap happy.
It's fine. That'll probably be tomorrow night. Butterflies. Ooh, I need to read more Jeannie Lynn. I freaking loved the one I read from her.
I feel like...
Listen, I still don't know what I'm reading yet. I have to spin the spinner wheel on my phone at some point. Hey, Carrie. Hello. Hello. Okay, yes, we are fully in it now and live. That's wild.
We have 21 people watching. If you don't know, because you're not part of Izzy's members, I'm logged into Izzy's stream.
Yeah, if there's rogue comments from me in the chat, it probably wasn't me. It was probably somebody else who's next to me on screen.
Not me.
Valid. Graham and Barrett by Julie. Cool. I need to finish that series. Hey, Steph.
Hey, Steph.
Exactly. You got to be here for our chaos. That is exactly what this will be. At some point, the cat will be screaming in the background. The dog will be being a dog. You know.
I have been pummeled with water balloons today.
Nice.
I'm looking at my snack cart. I'm thinking about all the things in my fridge that I could eat. I had to share food with the children.
Oh, gross.
My aunt made it a little too hard.
Gross. Not really. I mean, I guess you should feed them. Now Peace is already here, so I'm ready.
Peace is here. Peace is like, Mom.
She's behind the monitors right now, so. It is the best reading style.
Chaos is our only reading style, I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like chaos is our only style.
I don't exist in another form besides chaos. I mean, literally, I threw my office craft room together so I could stream from here some this weekend. I was like, everything's, I mean, yeah, there's piles of shit behind. Whatever. We're here. Ooh, I'll have to look up this hockey book, obviously. And Peace is here. It is a Peace party.
Peace is like, what are you doing?
Put me down.
Put me down. I need to send the YouTube link to
send that to Kayla. So yeah, we are gonna read a whole bunch tonight and the rest of the weekend. And like I said, the goal is to read a little more than you usually do. Peace is touching the mic, so there we go. She's like, I'm gonna put my face directly on this. Yeah, Peace is having none of it. She is not thrilled that I'm on the computer. And yep, there we go. Mic again. Apologies. If there is noise of her doing it, I don't know. I'm waiting for her to mute me and or close the screen somehow.
Not Peace.
Not you.
Not my sweet girl.
Not your sweet girl.
She's
not the angel baby. I don't know where the hell Millie is.
Millie is trying to steal my thunder.
She is. Millie is having her own little hype breakout. She's trying to compete with you.
They're on my hands today.
Yeah, they are on your hands today. I'm getting attacked. I love this one. That was a fun book. I enjoyed that a lot. I need to read the sequel. Okay. Hi, Bree. So, while you send that link, I'm going to open my spinner wheel and get attacked by the cat. I don't even know how many things on my spinner wheel, so there's that. We got a lot going on here. And I'm going to record it so I can put it in the vlog, maybe. If peace
I
cooperates.
am claiming that I narrowed it down to 4 books for my TBR. We all know that's a lie, right? We all know that when I go to read these books, I'm like, I don't want to read that.
Okay, I'm happy with what one. I put some long ones in there. It's just like, yeah, we'll see what happens. Mortal Follies by Alexis Hall is what won for me.
Okay.
So that'll be my first read. I wanted to read it for a while. It's got a nice, cute pink cover.
I am starting with In a Jam because I started reading it the other day and life has happened. And
you've really been enjoying it, though.
I have really been enjoying it. I'm kind of sad that I haven't finished it yet. I thought I would because it really sucked me in.
Yeah.
But then I had an allergic reaction yesterday, and
you did.
I haven't got to do anything in a couple days.
Janice came to visit.
So. Janice stopped by. My dad has now sent that picture of a side by side of me and Janice the Muppet during one of those flare ups to my entire family, literally my entire family. Wow. And
what betrayal,
right? And now my cousin informed me today that I do in fact look like Janice the Muppet when I have a reaction to.
It's there.
I do. She's not wrong.
Bree liked both our books, so.
But do people have to tell me every time?
I love greeting you as Janice and telling you I'm excited to see you when you have a reaction.
My mom always texts me and says, I'm glad Janice is back, but I hate that for you.
Every time I come, I'm like, hi, Janice.
Or Janice, I've missed you. That's my favorite one that she sends.
Janice, I need to know 100 chapters. Was this like short chapters or 100 long chapters?
I need to know.
I need to know as well.
I have questions.
But that's a lot. Oh, that's too long of a book.
How many pages was it, Carrie?
And I read Poking Around and loved it, and that's a long book.
Poking Around is a long book. In a Jam is a long book. It's for I made a spreadsheet that has page counts on it. I invested time into this thing.
You did. Yona of the Dawn, I love this. I do need to get caught up on Yona for the next live show.
In a Jam is almost 500 pages.
All Kate Canterbury's are like 500-ish.
Why do I fall in love with these books that are so long?
I don't know. You do kind of like long books, though.
But like, I hate them because they're so long. But then like afterwards, I'm like, it was worth every page. I either like them really long or really short. Very rarely do I fall in the middle.
I love a good 300-page romance, but I also sometimes just enjoy some shorter and some, I don't know. I have to mix it up. I think it depends on chapter length too. Like chapter length is a big part of this.
I like longer chapters.
I like. Interesting. Okay. Y'all want to make me read In a Jam. Is the audiobook out yet?
Well, Steph started it. Bree just nailed it home.
Oh my God. Do I put it on the spinner wheel?
I've really enjoyed it. The audio is out and it's pretty good.
Okay.
I've really enjoyed it. Like I read it in the bathtub. I really enjoyed it. So.
Okay, cool. I assumed the audio was out because you read it, Bree. but I was like, I'm not sure. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm wrong.
More people love
yeah. Short chapter. I do like a short chapter. I like some short chapters and then like a long one and then short. Like I like it like nicely interspersed also.
If it's going to be a longer book, I want it to be like maybe 25 chapters. 30, if it's over 350 pages, 30 chapters is okay. So
I love a good 20.
I don't complain about it. Y'all know me.
So this is just interesting. I'm learning new things about you already. We just started on our 24 showers together. Like we haven't spent weekends together an extended time, you know.
Like we don't talk every day. Like you're not the first phone call as I pull out of the parking lot at work to complain about whatever happened at work.
Not me, no.
I'm getting ready to break into the snacks, and we haven't even started reading yet. That's where we're at today.
Listen, my snack cart's right here. We're ready to go. Kind of. There it is. Listen, I brought the thing upstairs.
Ooh, I didn't tell you what I got. You're going to be so jealous.
What'd you get?
You're going to be so pissed. Hang on. The kids moved my step stool. If you're new here and you don't know me, I don't have kids. I just had all of my nieces and nephews today. And they've moved things. Are you prepared?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you're going to be mad.
Okay. Can't wait. I love it. I love that you found your Bluey gummies.
I found them at Kroger when I went to buy them.
I'm glad you did. I told you I almost bought them to taunt you with because you were so mad.
I know, that's why I bought them. So I was like...
I just finished my Marvel gummies. Like, I don't eat them that much, so.
Steph, it's like...
That's too many chapters for how many pages that book is. 100 chapters for a 582-page book? Absolutely not. Listen, I dumped my Whataburger Diet Coke into another cup so you wouldn't yell at me.
Why are we dumping what?
I dumped my Whataburger Diet Coke into this cup so you wouldn't see the Whataburger cup and get sad.
Oh, I appreciate that. I was like, why would I care if you were drinking a Diet Coke?
It was the Whataburger cup.
That is almost 6 pages a chapter. Like, that's almost a 6-page chapter.
No, that's too short.
And, like, that's not saying... I don't know what this book is. It's not saying every chapter is 6 pages, but... 582 divided by 100 is 5.82.
I'm just saying that's not mathing for me. Look, we got other people doing the math. That doesn't work in my brain.
No, that's a no. I'm glad other people love Bluey. I, again, don't have children. And I
heavily identify with every clip I see of Muffin, so it's fine.
You do. I feel like I'm a bingo.
I've not watched enough Bluey to have an opinion, to be honest.
I'm a bingo.
Okay. I'm definitely a Muffin from the clips I've seen. Which include her, like, riding a flamingo yardstick and just screaming.
Have you seen the clip where she screams at the person because they try to buy this electric scooter and they want it for, like, $100? And she screams at them until they pay, like, $400 for it?
No, but that would also be me.
Like, they had it marked for like $200 and Muffin decides she wants it.
Mm-hmm.
And she, like, is screaming because they're playing grannies. And she's, like, screaming at this woman.
Absolutely.
This old lady.
I like this energy.
See,
a lot of people know kids. Oh, yep, you're bingo.
I told you I think I'm a bingo.
I literally, like, it took 5 seconds of me seeing Bluey clips of Muffin. I went, oh, that's me.
I'm not a Muffin. Muffin stresses me out.
I'm not as stressful as Muffin, I feel like, though.
I don't condone hitting your children. But Muffin would push me to the limit.
Yes, the goal with this, there's no prompts, there's nothing. You just read as much as you can, read more than you normally do over a 24-hour period. Again,
or just finish the book. If there's a book you're wanting to finish,
finish
it with us. Let us know about it.
Yeah. We're not here for, like, We're just
We're
here for
not here
fun.
to judge.
Nope.
We're here to try to keep each other awake until midnight.
Yeah. Hi, Morgan.
Hi, Morgan. My cousin's husband was making fun of us because they asked what time we started tomorrow. I said, well, we end at midnight tonight, and then we start back up at 10:30 tomorrow. And he was like, are you telling me you get to sleep for 10 hours? And I looked at him and I went,
yeah. You don't want to see us with no sleep, y'all.
I was like, I will be mean. I am coming off of an allergic reaction.
I don't function. You don't want to see me with no sleep.
No,
you've seen me with little sleep. You know.
When
May knows how bad it is.
There he is. That's Kayla.
Hi, Kayla.
I was just shit talking her. Her husband, not her.
She was shit talking to you earlier before we went live. She's like, y'all get the hell out of my house.
Yeah.
All right. I love the plan for Dizzy. And I want to read the new LC winners. I don't think I put it on my spinner wheel yet, but I'm really, really, really intrigued by that one. I haven't read the other ones, and Heather said I'm good to go, so we'll see. Listen, we're going to be here till 11-ish. I mean, I don't know how late we'll end up going, really. The plan's about midnight Eastern, but, you know, depending on when this friends wrap and all that, we'll call it. You know.
I keep waiting to see our friends, like, pop up at the bottom, which is my favorite part. I'm so glad. I'm so glad he heard. Yeah. I'm waiting for him to come and, like, beat down my door.
No, he's just going to scare the shit out of you out that window in the morning.
No, he can't, because we put the deadbolt back on the Damn. He could probably hear this too, but I have to tell everybody what happened at work today for the short period of time that I was there. I opened my office door and was attacked by Harrison Ford.
It was so funny.
So once a week, we have a maintenance guy at work who does something to try to torment me, and he doesn't realize that these are not tormentful things. I just start giggling. It takes a lot more than what he's done to torment me. So, like, he hung a fish poster in my office. It's still there. It's people ask questions about him. I don't know, man. The maintenance guy put it up. Last week, he left a mannequin head that looked eerily similar to him on my table.
Weird.
And caused me to jump. But today, and I love Harrison Ford. Let's not get this wrong. And I pushed open the door and it wouldn't open all the way. And he fell out like from behind the door. And I start busting out laughing. So I holler at my coworker. I make her come look at it. And it scares her. It takes her a second to see him. And then she jumps. So I moved it. And I told him that he would have to pry that Harrison Ford stand up out of my cold dead hands. He stole it from an Applebee's yesterday. Specifically to put in my office. He has grandkids.
No, I think he's just an old man having fun harassing May.
I love him.
I put a poll up for the first sprint. You also go ahead and vote. Let us know what you want to do for our first sprint. 45 is winning by a landslide, so that's probably what it's going to be, which is our usual, so that's nice.
Our usual.
I am sad about the formatting. I just got from the library the novella in this series, and I'm really excited for it. Snow Place like LA.
It's on NetGalley.
Oh, the newest one? I haven't looked. I don't need I don't need any arcs right now. I
also don't, but I went through last night and got a bunch because they were like read now.
Because I just got Midnight Ruin, the next Katie Robert. I just got Salt Kiss is the newest Sierra Simone. I just got what else? I just got a couple arcs that I was like, okay, you're done. You're done. You gotta read what you got. You're done.
I try to tell myself that. We both know how that goes.
Whoa. Hold on.
Was that peas?
That's the two of them playing.
Fun. I did get one yesterday that I think you would like. It's a read now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's called The Cutting Edge. It's the laugh out loud hockey romantic comedy, perfect for fans of Icebreaker by Hannah Grace, the Puck series by Helena Hunting, Megan Quinn, and Pippa Grant.
Okay.
Logan Rivers is a star pro hockey player for the St. Pete Slashers, and he's in a slump. He hasn't scored in 3 games, and it's starting to freak him out. Enter Olympic figure skater Coco, who strikes a deal with an assistant coach to be Logan's lucky charm to pay off her training expenses. Sparks fly, and everything is looking up for both of them. She's almost got her debt paid off, and the Slashers are on a winning streak. There's only one problem. She doesn't know how to tell Logan she's been lying to him the whole time. If she can just keep her secret till the playoffs are over. It's a read now.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go grab it.
So it's not like you have to wait for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think I've read either of those, but I've been getting a lot of TikToks about Forget Me Not.
I loved Forget Me Not. It's not going to work for everybody. But I really liked it. I think both of those are good options, though. Yeah, I need what it was called because I cut out for a minute. My internet has been weird.
It's called The Cutting Edge, and it's by Lisa Daly. If y'all want it, I can send the NetGalley link in the group chat.
I got it.
Okay.
I need to check that it's not surprise closed door. Okay, one scene I didn't. That's fine. I can do that. I've just gotten burned.
Surprise closed door. I'm glad you checked. I didn't think about that.
Well, I've gotten burned a few times. Remember, like Authentically Izzy, where we didn't realize what it was.
I was so excited about you reading that book too.
I know.
Devastated.
Ooh,
I came this close to reading an L. Kennedy, and then they said it was by L. Kennedy. They almost had me.
Yeah, that happens.
Because it's a brother's best friend, hockey.
Party of Two by Jasmine Guillory. That'll be fun. Welcome. But yeah, she's got a ton of hockey ones. I mean, I read her back in the day before some of this stuff.
But this one, like, they got caught on the elevator, and her brother catches them.
That sounds fun. Yeah, I kind of need to know going in, ideally, if I can, just so I'm not, like, expecting it and then super thrown off by it. I always
think about it.
Should we sprint? We've chatted for a while, so.
Yeah, I have to go get a snack.
That's fine.
Unfortunately, not everything is on my snack cart, and a lot of things are in my refrigerator.
A lot of things are also in my fridge, so it's fine. I gotta go potty. I gotta go pee. Like, after you were like, I'm gonna go before we go live, I was like, I'll be fine. And then we're talking, and I was like, why didn't you go?
Before we go live, let me tell you about this Barbie drink fiasco.
You guys tell us about the Barbie drink. Hold on. I'll take this down for a minute.
Because you didn't want me to tell it till it was on here. So,
child, I'm gonna beat you.
I bought, so you need like strawberry lemonade, Sprite, fresh lemon, and pineapple juice for it, okay? So I couldn't find like regular strawberry lemonade, so I bought the strawberry lemonade packet. And I was like, this will work. No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Oh.
And I bought like the true lemon strawberry. Like I bought the like legit.
Yeah. No. Why can't you find strawberry lemonade? I feel like I can always find strawberry lemonade.
I couldn't find it today.
That's weird.
I was at the little Kroger.
Oh, that's why. Cleaning, I love this plan for you. I might be cleaning up behind me some during this sprint since I have this book on audio. I think I went on both. Hey, Nicole.
I will not be cleaning. I did that today.
You did. You were responsible.
Thank you.
I just have a lot I can tidy in here, like while I listen to the audio. So I might as well, right? That's what I'm thinking. So let's dive into our first 45. I'm reading Mortal Follies by Alexis Hall, and you're finishing In a Jam by Kate.
I'm working on In a Jam by Kate.
Yeah, you're not going to finish it in this sprint. If you do, I'll be impressed.
I have like 5 hours. If I finish it in 45 minutes, I'll be really impressed.
I would be really impressed. All right, let's read, and we'll be back. Hello.
Howdy.
Hi.
Hi, friends.
Hello to our new guests. I already tagged y'all in the description, so if anybody isn't subscribed to these two, although other Megan does not post anything, so.
Hey,
no.
I'm starting live.
No,
shows.
wait, you did an escape room. You did an escape room.
I did.
So you can go watch the escape room, which is.
So
We did great.
It was
We had a
fun.
blast.
It was really fun.
It was fun.
Hot Dr. Mike Steve Mike.
Yeah. Steve Mike.
Yeah, it was Mike
Dr.
Steve.
T.
It was Dr. Michael Stevens. It was Steve Mike. You're Mike Steve.
Dr. Mike
Dr.
Steve.
Teeth, as I like to call him, our hot dentist.
I hate it. He wasn't hot. We literally went over this. He was
He
terrible.
was awful in the end.
Y'all
And
let
we
him
hated him by
die.
the end. We tried to leave him in a cabinet.
We
You
did.
did leave him to die. Y'all were like, peace out. Took his ID, locked him in, and left. Y'all not remember that?
Yeah, no,
Yeah, I
remember.
know. Listen, I didn't want to spoil it if
Steve
anybody decides to go watch it
started.
back.
And then by the end, he was not hot Dr. Mike Steve. Thank you, Steph.
He did.
He deserved everything he got.
He lost hotness points very quickly once we freed him from the cabinet. Okay,
Yeah.
Hey everyone, how was your reading? Let's go around and tell me how your reading went and what you how you did, what you thinking of your book. There, you
Are you
okay?
going me?
It's supposed to be May, but she is
No, my book like flipped places.
okay.
And
Gotcha,
I
gotcha.
think it went back 10% suddenly.
That's weird.
I read like 8%. I'm on page 109 now.
Nice.
What are you reading?
In a Jam.
Oh, yay. Yeah.
Oh,
I
fun.
love Noah.
I love
I love him. I love him. I don't care what he does wrong. He does no wrong now.
He doesn't do anything wrong.
Like if he does wrong later,
The whole book.
he does no
No,
wrong.
he's perfect.
Damn, now I have to read it.
That's so
If Heather
good.
says he's like perfect.
He's so grumpy, but he loves her so much.
Yes.
And she has no idea.
He
Literally
really-
was fighting in the
really
car before this about how grumpy Grumps is.
Grumps doesn't think he's grumpy, first of all.
He's so sweet.
I know.
First of all, he does not think he's grumpy. Noah, he is my new book boyfriend.
I knew that you would love that book. I knew it. And listen, you're just going to love it more the more you go in it. It just gets better and better.
They're at the football game right now, and she's.
Oh, yeah.
Am I going to
she
have
says
to read
she's-
this book?
Yes, you
she
should.
said that
Okay.
She's going to teach him how to be in love with her, and he
Yeah.
is thinking, "You don't have to show me. Have you not figured it out yet?"
I know.
Oh, I love
That
that.
sounds wonderful.
And I'm only
I'm gonna-
24% in. He offers to marry her. Like it's a fake. Like there's a fake marriage proposal.
And she like thinks that he just wants it for like her farm. And he's like, marrying you has been my dream since I was like 14 years old.
Every time
Oh.
she mentions it, she's like, "Oh, you don't have to do anything for me." And he's like, "I would give you everything.
I would do anything.
I would do anything for you. I would give you whatever you wanted."
Yeah. And then there's going to be like a couple of points in the book where you're like, oh, this is where we have like the pointless third act breakup or whatever.
Oh,
And no, every single time they're just like,
Just add it to my library. It's fine.
it's
I know
so
exactly.
good. I would reread this book in a heartbeat.
ugh.
I know Steph has already reread
I was
it.
like, yeah, I guess I know what my next book is going to be.
Oh, it's so good. Especially if you just need, I don't know.
Well,
Look, it'll be
Nothing in it, but it
Oh.
is
Yeah.
a warm hug.
here's what happened. Steph,
We are getting everyone to read this book in this live, and I love this.
This is worth it.
talked about it.
inadvertently the group book.
How did she talk about it? No, she didn't talk about it. What happened? I got a TikTok of her and I texted her and I said, "Stop it. Stop getting things on my TBR." Because it was another Kate Canterbury book. And I was like, I'm gonna read in a jam because everyone keeps telling me I love it.
You will. Yes.
You are.
It's Steph's fault. This is all Steph gets all
Always
the
Steph.
credit.
I know.
Steph is always
Yeah.
to blame. Listen, y'all, when a book makes the round of the group, it's always Steph's fault. I can almost
True.
guarantee it.
She's
Steph
just
heard
like
it first.
convincing.
Because she reads so much and it's amazing and I love it. I love that she can vet things for me.
For real though.
Steph is always like
Good work.
Yes.
I don't know, but this book, oh my god. I'm mad that I'm only 24% of the way into it, but I'm also really happy that
Yeah.
I'm only 24% of the way in because I don't want it to end.
Okay.
It's so good.
I love this. I love this for you. Heather, what are you reading?
I'm looking at Vina's book right now because I'm pretty sure I know which one it is, but I wanted to see. Okay, yes, that is the one I thought. I have heard very meh things about that book. I'm reading Let's Get Textual by Tegan somebody.
Hunter.
Hunter?
Yeah. I am.
Are we gonna DNF it or are we gonna read it?
I'm 69% in actually.
Her books are really snappy to read.
And I DMF'd 2 books before this. So like 2 of the books that were on my TBR for this readathon before it started were already DNF'd. But this one, I'm going pretty strong. These are the biggest dorks I have read about in a minute.
You haven't read her hockey series yet, right?
I haven't read anything by her. This is my first
Okay. Oh, I don't know. Some of the hockey series ones, they are giant dorks, and it's amazing.
I can't even begin to list the things.
I want to read this one too because they're in the hockey series.
It's really cute though. It's a wrong number, and they start texting each other, and then they meet up and stuff. And so for like 6 chapters or so, you have like interactions in their real life, but you have a lot, like all of the stuff between them is text messages basically. And you are buying it. You are like, no, I would want to know this person too. Like this is working. And it's just really delightful. It is cringy and embarrassing. And like, I can't believe you just said that, but it's also completely delightful. So, and Vina, I have. In fact, you're in the vlog that I'm currently filming because I haven't finished.
There's that. I'm trying to keep up with chat and also what we're talking about and see what everyone's saying.
Yeah.
I want to know about this one because I'm really, really curious about it, but I always get nervous.
Is Jessica there?
Yeah. I'm really curious.
All right, listen. I've heard so many good reviews of this book. So many good reviews. And Joshana was like, eh. And so now I'm like, I'm probably going to hate it.
That's why I'm nervous. So all I'm seeing is good stuff. And I'm like, what if I hate it? I don't want to hate it.
Joshana said that the thing that she didn't like about it, she said there was lots of stuff she did like about it, but the thing she didn't like about it is the long lost heir that's like, no, I'm not worthy. You need to find somebody better, someone who should have survived, not me. And I'm like, oh, I also hate that. So
uh-oh.
But I haven't even met the love interest yet. I finished the first 3 chapters and it's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong. We've had a nice little
I love that cover too.
So I love the cover. And I really like all of the TikToks and stuff that the author's done. I've been following her for like a year. Like there's plenty of things I know I'm gonna like in this book, but
I love this. You send it to her so she'll read it, and then you can decide if you want to read it.
Who does that sound like?
In my vlog, I'm like,
I
can't be enough this book. I have
make you read shitty
or Vina because she sent it to me.
Fix.
Nothing will make me DNF this book, but it's taking me quite a while. I will admit.
I'm a slow physical reader, so
yeah,
Same.
yeah.
I've adjusted so much to my Kindle and stuff now.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Megan, what did you read? What you doing?
Oh, I just started You Shouldn't Have Come Here.
Okay.
So I'm literally like in the first chapter of it. And
I'm really curious what you think of it. Remember, it is not a romance.
Yes, I know. In fact, I'm happy you told me that before going in because so many things I'm reading, like Goodreads and whatever people are shelving it as like romantic suspense. So I'm very happy you told me it is not that.
Yeah. No, it's not.
But I already had it checked out. I already had it checked out in the library, so I figured I'd try it. And then I guess I'll try In a Jam. I will spend my Audible credit on that because I don't have KU. So it'll If y'all are saying it's worth a reread, then I'll buy it.
Yeah,
I have
that's
6
why I
credits
want
anyway.
thoughtful credit, because if I like it, I'll just buy the physical copy.
Beautiful.
I'm diamond painting.
I'm terrified to finish it because now I'm afraid it's going to put me in a slump and nobody's going to top Noah.
No.
Now I'm concerned.
But see, then you can go
fine.
then you can go back to Before Girl and just keep reading Kate Canterbury and you'll be fine.
Yeah, there you go. You just keep reading Kate Canterbury.
Ultimate goal. She's just not going to tell you all this.
Well, we can't force it on you because then you won't do it also. Let's note.
I'm just happy that you finally learned. You have to make it seem like it's my idea.
That's
also
okay.
I know how you were.
That's how I am too.
I feel like everybody made good progress in the chat though during that sprint, so it's exciting. Steph, how was your cleaning?
This much, but that's fine.
The best.
That's fine. I wasn't sure how much time I had until I had to leave, so I figure I'll jump in for at least one sprint today, and then I'll come back tomorrow.
Yay! Well, I'm not trying to start my audiobook.
I'm so glad that you're here.
Just trying to
Even
download
though
it.
I was like, this is all Steph's fault.
Well, I feel like I have to be here to, well, not defend myself because I don't feel like I need to defend myself.
You don't have to defend yourself.
No.
I won't let anybody but me be mean to you.
Oh, please. Like, you could stop
I'll let
me.
Heather be mean because I can't stop Heather. And Heather sent me the cutest video I've ever seen today. So Heather gets to do whatever Heather wants now.
Listen.
I love that we're just getting everyone to read in a jam. It's fine.
I don't know if any of you watched my cover recreation video, but Mae
Who
watched it.
didn't
And then Mae
watch
sent
it?
me like all this makeup to
Mhm.
my girls
Oh wow.
for me and my girl. And she sent me like a bunch of beauty blenders too. So
Oh my god, you listen. When she said she was sending you blenders, I was like, thank God, because if you don't, I'm sending them.
listen, I normally have them, but I was like, oh, I don't know. I don't want to buy one for one video.
Well, now you don't have to. You have like 10.
I don't. I can use
You're
them
welcome.
for anything I
That's
want.
sweet.
Because I had a moment where I was like, I am about to have to send Heather brushes to do her makeup with, because you pulled out the eyeshadow stick thing, and I was like, I swear, if this is all she has, I
Sent me all
am going to
this.
start texting her and blowing her up.
No, listen, I have.
You don't get to be in the makeup chat if you don't own brushes.
She's got brushes. I
I know.
watched her little girl use them.
I have this
Me
too.
too. I know. No, I had a moment, Heather. I was like panicked for a moment. I was like, I swear, she does not
We
have
discussed
eyeshadow
it. I
brushes.
texted Izzy and I was like,
Look.
Izzy, this is what I'm doing.
I told you. I was just
Heather
a
is not
lurker for a
alone.
reason.
I literally, even though I have so many brushes, I do hold my makeup with my fingers. I am that person.
That's fine, but you can't do a challenge and not have
That's true.
brushes.
That is true.
Unless that is the challenge.
That is a struggle.
But now she has all the colors that she can ever want.
Mm-hmm.
I do. Listen,
We were not the only ones not bothered.
I'm
by that.
literally going
Pulled
to
that
do
sponge out and I
another
texted
video
Izzy.
of it next
Oh my
week
God.
because she sent it to me. Look at all my options. So
I covered our bases so that we can continue this series.
I got to do it.
Mhm.
You're right. All you have to do is buy me stuff, and I'll do whatever you want. So that's where we're at.
Heather's
So
makeup
that's how
videos
it works.
sponsored by May.
Right, exactly. This. Oh wait,
This
I need
video
to write that down.
is
This video is sponsored by May.
I
Specifically.
love it.
Listen, I almost sent you one with nudes in it, and then I went and looked at like the palettes that I sent, and I was like, okay, it's got browns in there. She'll be fine.
Yeah, it's got some.
We'll figure that out. I got faith in her. If she can't figure it out, she's in the makeup chat. We'll tell her how to fix it.
I can't wait. I can't wait for like a regular video, and you're like, all right, I'm like, you looked fine, but
Heather,
I would just like to point out.
we're gonna do this.
Listen, I'll accept it. I will accept help.
Yeah.
It was the cutest video I've seen in a while, though. I
There you
loved it, especially when she said she hated me.
I was flabbergasted. I don't know if you could tell.
You were so
Wait,
offended.
she said that she hated you, May?
my 5-year-old. I was like, tell May thank you. She's like, thank you, May. I kind of hate you. I was like, what? You can't say that. And she was like, no, I kind of do, just a little bit. And I was like, no. She was like, sometimes I just hate people. And I was like,
It was so funny.
who said
That
you
is your
did?
child.
And if that child met May, they would be all over her. Is the
Oh my
best
God.
Oh
part.
yeah.
Oh, I know.
No.
And she was like, I'm just silly today. And I'm like,
No. all of
May has a new enemy, and it's a child.
It is the child.
It's a child that I sent a bunch of gifts to.
You can't buy that child's
See,
love.
you
I
didn't go
was
that
not
high.
expecting it either. Like, she does say stuff like that all the time, but I just wasn't anticipating where we were going.
One time, me and you were hanging out on Street Bar, she was like sobbing because she couldn't come to my house.
Yes, that's true.
All of the kids were upset today that they had to go home.
Oh,
My-
when you kicked him out of your house.
Yeah.
Before I came up here, my husband's game, like, he died and it sent him, way back
Mhm.
way back. And he was like, I'm done for now. And she was like, Dad, it's okay. That's just life. And he was like, where did you hear that from? And she was like, Mom.
I love this. Oh my gosh.
No, Heather's face when she said that she hated me was priceless. Because I feel like Heather is.
I'm gonna need a screenshot of that
hard.
to see for
I was
myself.
expecting her to be
And
like,
she's like holding
I love
her.
it.
And she's like facing the camera and she's like, thanks, May. I kind of hate you. And Heather goes, what?
I was not ready at all.
I wouldn't have been ready for it either.
I almost
Oh,
edited the whole thing out because I was just like, I can't send this to her.
No, it's funnier that you said it.
It is. It is so funny.
I want to send her stuff and see if she says she hates me.
Oh my word.
Listen, there are so many kids in my world. It takes a lot more than that to offend me. My
And
nephew
it's so funny too.
That's
That's
like
like
half of the course for you.
earlier, her brothers weren't home. They'd gone to a friend's house, and so I was like, "When your brothers leave, I have a surprise for you and stuff." And she was all excited. And I was like, "Oh, I should have filmed like this whole thing, not later on where you're like, I hate it, thanks."
And then she like smears makeup all across Heather's face.
I close my eyes. She's like, "Let me do your eyeshadow." I'm like, "All right, great." So I close my eyes and I feel a brush just like going across my nose, like.
New idea, Heather.
Yeah,
Who does your makeup for the next book cover challenge?
I know. I've thought about it. I've really thought
Really
about.
funny.
I've actually thought about letting her do my makeup and then trying to save it into a book cover look
love it.
after. But I don't know that I can pull that off if we're honest.
Mhm.
It was so funny though. She's like, I hate you. And I lost it.
I would've
I was like, I hate me too. It's
Oh.
okay.
Kids, they will humble you every time.
Oh,
You thought
always.
this was gonna be cute? No.
One of my
That's
nephews.
right. May's new
today-
mission is winning her over.
It's
Oh
not
my
a secret
God.
mission. It's a very blatant mission.
And here's the deal. Here's the thing you have to know about me. It doesn't take me long if I know them in person.
Right.
Mm-mm.
If you give me about 6 hours with the kid, I'll be their favorite person.
Oh, I'm sure. I have no doubt.
Oh yeah,
Listen.
I mean, I just give them lots of candy and then bring
Yeah.
them back to the parents, so then they love me.
Anyone
And
who will
Like,
like
send them home at the end of the
play
day.
with her,
Bye.
will do what she wants to do. Oh, for sure. No question. You're her favorite.
My nephew is 8. My cousin's little girl, I call her my niece. She's 7. Yeah, my nephew will be 9 in September. They were hiding a paint stir, and I had them playing hot and cold for like an hour today. They were so entertained.
Oh, that's cute.
I also converted her kids to Captain America fans. They took 2 of my cat things home.
Love it.
That's great.
I'm,
Great answer.
I'm stealing her little boy away from Batman.
That's awesome.
Oh,
That's
where
good.
is it? I'll have to show it to you when I'm
Yes.
done with it, May. I'm making someone a Captain America like gnome because they paid me money. So
And May's wondering why
There's the hat.
she's not getting one.
Like, wait a minute. How
There's
much
the
do
body's
I have
gonna
to
be
pay you for a
blue.
Captain America? No.
if this one turns out well, I'll let you know.
Because, like,
This is all an experiment.
here's the thing. I don't know what saving money is.
That's fair.
And when Captain America's involved,
Have you bought the Captain America hair clip yet?
no, I want the Shield Lego set. I
Yeah,
have
I know.
talked myself out of it so many times.
It's not out yet, but it is like
I
$200.
know, but I look at it a lot.
I know.
That's fair.
I'm like, oh my
I
God.
am getting it. It's gonna go on the top of this shelf back here. I think.
Yeah,
Say
I'm gonna
little-
like stitch on the little star, and he's gonna have the little like white beard, so he'll be the Captain America colors.
I do have my Ted Lasso bear. They did not try to run off with Ted Lasso.
They
Well,
run
that's
off with
good.
your cuddly caps.
The 3-year-old ran off with a cuddly cat because he has like 6 Mickeys
Mm-hmm.
of the same thing, and he was so upset that he couldn't spend the night because that's all he wanted to do.
Oh,
I was like, just take it. I know where you live.
I think my
I
Target's
got
got
a
snacks
two.
of them.
My brother asked him, he was like, oh, are these yours? Do you like Captain America? He said, no, they're both May's. And my brother was like, you were almost 30. Why do you have 2 of these? And I was like, have you laid on one?
Yeah. Why don't you have 2 of them?
What's
Get on
your
the program.
problem?
Mine lives in my bed. It's the best.
I had one in my makeup, under my makeup table, and one in the room where all my stuff is that hasn't been moved yet. So, and then my niece ran off with my cat bear, and I was like, that's fine. But like, when I tell you I want him back,
Yeah. He comes
I'll
back.
throw you down some stairs. Get it back.
That escalated so quickly.
It really did.
Well, Tussle, you're 7. Give me my bear.
Just push her over. It's fine.
I love
Okay.
it so much.
Steph, what are you going to read on this sprint?
Oh. I'm going to try and keep reading A Holly Jolly Ever After, but I have to read it on my phone, and this is how small it is. And if I enlarge it, then I can't swipe the screen because it's. They,
Why do you have to read it on your phone?
well, I can't remember my password to log into my iPad, so that
Oh.
and now it's really dead. And they did. That was the only format they had, and I'm like, could you at least just put that in the description before people request it? Because I wouldn't have done it. My review is going to be tinged by the fact that it's annoying to read.
Yeah, that's disappointing.
Mhm.
But anyway, I'm going to attempt it. I'm
Yeah,
40
May
pages.
and I both will fight a child. It's fine.
It's fair.
My
Okay.
mom has told me my entire life that you don't understand true anger until you're mad at a 6-year-old.
Until you're
like
in a war with a 6-year-old, and you're like, I hate you.
And
Yep.
my nephew came home one day from school and he was crying and he was telling me this little boy didn't want to be his friend anymore and that he was being mean to him. And I
Yeah.
was like, tell me where he lives.
Yeah.
We'll handle this right now.
There's this kid in my neighborhood. I think he's like 9 or so. I hate this child. And I like try to not interact with him because I know, like, I hate this kid. And I'm like, you can't. You're a full-on adult. You just gotta be silent. But oh man, I hate everything about him.
Like I'm not mean to the kids, but I love them and they get a lot of tough love.
Yeah.
And I don't pop them or anything, but I'll just like my nephew today, he did something and I just stared at him. And like the other 2 kids that were here, like they stopped. They're like, we didn't do it.
Yeah.
Me and my nephew was like, try me.
Yeah.
I was like, you are too much like your dad.
It's not bad. People are lamenting the ARC situation for you, Steph, because that is literally the worst. I have
It
been
is.
very upset by bad formatting on ARCs many a times. Legends of Monte Switch, that sounds fun. I still need to read that.
If I can put it on
It's
my
such
Kindle,
a
I don't
cute
care
one.
about formatting. But
Mhm.
this I can't even put on that, so I'm just like, this sucks.
Right. Yeah, it does.
Oh, I've
Very bad.
definitely live-in babysat for my sister every single year that I was in high school and college. So I've gotten heat stroke many a time because they're like, Six Flags, let's go to Six Flags. And I'm like, it's 102 outside. And they're like, you're going to Six Flags. And my sister was like, I paid for you to have a season pass. You're taking them to Six Flags. And I was like, I don't recall asking for this. And then I would get heat stroke almost every single time. And I would just be dying in one of the stores while they're like, why can't we go on more rides?
That's
And I'm like, because I'm about to pass out.
craziness.
So
Megan.
I have a swimming pool. So I texted my brother and sister-in-law this morning and I was like, bring his stuff.
Mhm.
Like we'll swim. Well, the pool like has a little algae in it, so we didn't get in it.
Yeah.
I called my brother and I was like, I'm gonna take him to Walmart and we're gonna get. Or no, my brother called me and he was like, we're gonna stop at Walmart, and I was like, no, don't worry about it. I'm gonna take him, and we're gonna get water balloons because this is my backup plan because it's like 90 degrees.
Yeah.
We're gonna get water balloons, and he
I
was
love
like,
it.
I will buy you water balloons. So we had a water balloon fight. They wouldn't throw them at each other. They were like throwing them at the ground, and I was like, no. I set 3 ground rules. Don't hit each other in the face.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Was
Fair.
rule 1. If someone starts crying, we throw them all on the ground and we're done.
Mm-hmm.
And don't hit Aunt May.
And Aunt May got hit.
We had to get rid of rule 3 because they wouldn't throw them at each other.
Yeah.
Fair.
Rule 3 had to go out the drain. It had to go out the window because they refused to throw them at each other. So my cousin lives next door and she comes outside because she hears me squalling. The kids attacked with water balloons. By an 8-year-old, a 7-year-old, and a 3-year-old.
Seems accurate.
And I was like, whatever, they're having a good time. I can change clothes.
It works.
See, I'm because we're officially on baby watch this week with my sister,
Ooh.
and like this kid is going to be spoiled rotten.
Aww.
So,
It's the best.
Yep.
Like I was sad to leave my nephew when I left in June, early July, whatever that was. But he's also like half my height. And I'm just like, he like wants me to carry, and I'm like, dude, I can barely carry you.
Right.
Your bottom of your feet are hitting my knees. Like you need your uncle here to carry you because I'm too short.
Right.
Listen,
And Heather,
What?
your child is going to get, even if they're like little ankle socks, she's going to get some because look how cute that is.
She's gonna be so
Aw.
happy. She's probably gonna hate you, but
I hate you, but that's
don't
fine.
expect her to love you.
she'll like the
I
gift
won't.
though.
She'll like the gift. And
I'm
she'll hate you 'cause
wondering
you
if
have the
that's
same
her
name.
love language, Heather.
What?
Hatred
I'm
is
wondering
her
if that's
love
her-
language.
Yeah.
Probably.
Hating people is her love language.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Probably.
all my kids are forced to be fluent in sarcasm. So unfortunately, there's a lot of things we say in our house that don't translate well without context.
Like I hate you.
No, but you
Well,
know
I just
what?
Like we all call each other woman, which is my fault, but it's from something. I don't remember what. I don't know if it was a book or a show or what. But so then my kid calls this other like boy. He's like, "Don't throw that at me, woman!" And this kid loses his mind. It's like,
Oh my God.
5 and 6-year-olds who get sarcasm are my favorite kind of humans.
yes, yes,
They are my favorite.
so much.
Great.
That's a
Yeah.
blast.
I love
Alright.
it, but
I guess it's my turn. I still haven't updated y'all on what I read.
Yeah, we have no idea. It's a mystery.
Okay. Mortal Follies. I am 16% in. The narrator's interesting how it's like third person omnipresent. Is that correct? I'm bad at saying what a narration is. Like I know it when I read it, but my brain never is like, that's the words for it. Very Midsummer Night's Dream Puck vibes from the narrator. You can see like a lot of Alexis's writing in here, but I do totally get why some people did not like this. I can like that narration is very different from like a Lady for the Duke.
Oh, yeah, it's completely different.
So I feel like if you went in because it's historical, expecting similar vibes to that, like narration wise, you're gonna be like not here for it.
I think the best way to go into that book is just to not expect anything.
And I don't really have any expectations for it,
Yeah.
so that's kind of been nice. I'm just kind of adjusting to the audio, like how the narrator sounds now.
Yeah. See, I think I didn't listen to it. I just read it,
Mhm.
and I think that probably helped. I
Yeah.
don't know how I would go with the audio.
It's not been terrible. It's just very different. I have the ARC on my Kindle over here too, so if I decide to, I might like tandem read it. But right now, I was just kind of enjoying playing my phone game and listening. So that's my plan for the next 45 too. Just keep going and see what I think. I'll probably finish it because I have an arc of it, so I'd rather just read it and review it.
Yeah.
You know, feel productive, I guess we'll call it. Yeah, that's the plan. Is everybody reading the same thing for these sprints?
Yeah.
Yep.
I do have to update that the littlest nibbling is joining us, and he is in his mom's bed reading a book.
Oh,
She sent me a picture and said he's decided to join.
I love this. That's adorable.
So yeah, it was really, really cute, and I was like, I love it. Also, the Papas and chair discussion. This is the greatest thing I've ever purchased.
They're wonderful. Like I said, I used to have one. They're great.
Like I just lay and like snuggle, and then I got everyone says it's lazy until they see how comfortable I look while I'm reading.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Listen,
lazy, comfy.
I told you, I was thinking, I was like, do I have a spot in my little office area that I could fit that maybe? Maybe.
Wonderful.
Maybe.
I love it. Okay. I also have to use my nose spray. This is for real.
Yeah. If you like that sort of stuff, I think you'll enjoy this a lot.
It's quirky.
So, it is. It's very quirky. All right. I'm going to eat my Doritos in a can because they're weird. And let's spring.
My daughter finished those off today, the same can.
Good taste.
She does hate me, so
Hello. How did we all do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
on chapter 10.
Okay.
I'm in the epilogue.
Nice. Tegan Hunter's books are so quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Flew through it.
I got, hang on, what was that? I think I've read 80 pages.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
May.
I read about 5 more %.
That's good.
Woo.
That's a long book, so.
I'm
I
at
have read
21% now. So
Nice.
I managed to actually log into my iPad so I can
Okay.
read it, not teeny tiny.
Woohoo.
good. I'm so glad.
Because this thing is heavy. That's why I don't read on it.
Mhm.
No, I get it. I don't even know if mine's charged right now. So, hello. Let's see. We've got 107 pages. That's good. Two chapters is still good. I don't have a lot of thoughts on Mortal Follies yet. Still, like I'm 32% and they're at the bath and diving for what was given to the goddess to cause the dress disappearing curse.
Oh, yeah.
So I feel like I'm getting to a point where I'm not going to be able to say a lot about it without spoiling it, but it's growing on me, we'll say, as I continue to read it. I will very easily finish it tomorrow morning. 0 pages. Foster kittens need love. That's valid.
Love kitties. Can't be near kitties, but love kitties.
Yellowface, nice. I keep reading the World Cup is happening. So
Yeah, me too. I did not know. That was
I will
happening.
see like snippets, and I'm like, huh? And I was like, oh yeah, that's happening. It throws my brain every time.
I will say I'm happy that you told me that this doesn't get any like romancy because the entire book is so weird because it's like a romance novel, but it's like just slightly tilted. Like everything's just a little bit off.
Like
he's like she was an onion in a world of turnips, and I'm like, what?
Yep. It's weird. It's really weird.
It's so bizarre.
It's one of those books that like I didn't love it. Like I think I gave it a 3 or 3.5, but like I do not recommend it because it's just such a different thriller.
Yeah, I'm like, this is so because it's like all of this should be like romantic, but it's just
you can tell something's off between the two of them.
Like I said, it's like everything's like a little tilted, and I'm just like, if I squint real hard, then it's a romance. But you got to squint really hard. I think it also doesn't help that they have 2 romance narrators, like people who read romance books. It's just making it weirder, and I'm just like, what is this? What is happening?
Yeah, I think that's how I spent the whole book. So we'll have to talk spoilers when you finish because I am very curious.
Oh, most definitely. I will probably finish it tonight or tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I expect a voice note with thoughts.
You will get a long one. I will be like, it'll be mostly me just like, I'm so confused.
Yeah, probably. That seems about right. 2 chapters. That's good. That's progress. I mean, we're gonna be on our 3rd sprint here in a minute, so we're all making.
And it's 11:02.
I know.
So
we're doing great.
Then we'll get to go to bed.
I cannot guarantee tomorrow's night sprints will be this calm. This is tomorrow night's sprints will probably be 2 sprints and us just talking shit.
That's fair.
I'll eventually lose it tomorrow.
Yeah.
I will probably pop in again for tomorrow night because I'm a night person. So I'm literally like, oh man, let's start partying, guys.
Oh, somebody that's not sold on Noah yet.
This is wrong.
Well, it doesn't take. Once it hits, it's almost like it's like, okay.
I would say you're here to cause trouble. I know.
Her friends just met him. Where I'm at.
Yeah.
Morgan, get that mac and cheese.
Yes. Oh, I saw the new that new cover. The hero has like a little buy lanyard thing on his belt, and I was just like,
Mhm.
I got very excited by that cover. I need to read the first one.
Yeah.
Still, but
It's cute.
yeah, go make the mac and cheese. I ate the Doritos. I had a surprise visitor at my door to get Doritos.
I love it.
I heard noises, and I like had my headphone and listening, and I was like, "What is that?" And I just get a text. I'm at the door. And I was like, "Okay, hold on. I'll turn off the camera. You can come in and get Doritos." My God,
He has been waiting on you to open those Doritos.
I didn't tell the chat. Like y'all don't know this. The other night we went to bed. And he goes, "Did you buy Doritos for your thing?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "And they're in a can?" And I said, "Yeah, they're like these new mini Doritos." He's like, I was like, "You can try them when I open them." Okay. We're laying in bed and this is the conversation. And I was just
I
like,
love it.
like he walked by and like looked at the cart because I put it together downstairs and like put all the food on it down there. And I could tell like that really stuck with him apparently. When he looked at it. Like then we went to bed and he was like, "So about those Doritos?"
That sounds like
It tastes exactly the same.
But they're baby?
Yeah. But they're just Cool Ranch Doritos. They're just
And they're in a can. They have regular Doritos too. I did spot them in my Kroger today.
yeah.
Ooh.
Because as much as I love ranch, unpopular opinion, I hate Cool Ranch Doritos.
Well, you're wrong. It's fine.
I mean, I like the spicy Doritos.
I like
So
the spicy Dorito.
For scale.
yeah. The
I love
purple
it.
ones.
And like I love a Dorito. Those mini
Doritos-
Doritos on a bologna sandwich. Get out.
You lost me at the
That was
bologna. I'm not gonna lie. You lost me at the bologna. Although you sound like so my cousin, I think he still does this. He doesn't eat he eats like 4 foods. It's like chicken tenders, bean tacos, ham sandwiches, and pizza, and that's it. Like he won't eat anything else. Literally nothing else. Oh, and ramen. I'm sorry, 5 things. Hot ramen. But he stayed when I was living babysitting, and his mom brought a giant thing of white bread, square cut Oscar Mayer ham. It had to be square cut. And then Doritos and Chips Ahoy cookies. And he would cut the sandwich into 4 squares, put a Dorito and a chocolate chip cookie on top of each square, and that's how he would eat his sandwich.
Oh Lord.
And he did that every single day for the entire summer.
That's a
We
lot
still
of
eat that
effort.
way.
He was 14, I think, at the time.
Is he still doing this?
Yes.
All right.
His like senior class trip, they were supposed to go to Europe because he was in some fancy private school, and he didn't go because he knew he wouldn't eat any of the food because he only eats chicken tenders, ham sandwiches, bean tacos, and that's it. Like he only eats like 5 things ever in his entire life.
I just
Won't eat anything else.
The void of flavor. I couldn't live like that.
I have a kid like that. Not quite that extreme, but he does talk about how like it's really frustrating to like, be hungry, and it's like, but I don't like any of this food.
Yeah.
He's talked a few times about how he wishes like he liked more things.
Mm. That's
Yeah,
hard. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Izzy will tell you I'm a big bologna person, but
Listen, I love a fried bologna.
I am
So does
particular.
my husband.
I don't eat just any kind of bologna. Screw your beef bologna. Forget that garlic shit. No. I want regular bologna, but it has to be the kind with the red string on it. I think it's Oscar Mayer brand.
Because Oscar Mayer has a way with BOLOGNA. Sorry,
Yeah,
that
exactly.
popped into my head.
I'm pretty sure that's the one that I like.
It is.
No, he likes sweet Lebanon bologna. It's completely different.
I don't know. See,
like a
I'm
fancy
the
bologna. How do you
byproduct of like growing up in South Florida. Like there was so much food and so much
Did
different.
y'all boil
culture.
peanuts?
I do eat boiled peanuts.
Yeah, I'd never
That's
had
a
one
Georgia
until
thing.
college. Because my friend, his family is from, I think they're from Florida.
They're a Georgia thing, actually, more than Florida, I think.
I don't know. I just know that his
I,
family.
don't know. I was in South
Florida.
Florida, so the food was not white people food. I was eating like Puerto Rican food and Peruvian food and like Cuban food and sushi and seafood, like as a small child.
You're blessed.
I was very lucky that I was just there was everything.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, it is.
that's the
It is
best.
not a Texas thing. We do roasted, so it was just
Mhm.
very strange to just walk in and literally just him be like, "Here," and I'm like, "Why are the peanuts
They're
soggy?"
good.
And he's like, "They're boiled peanuts. They are good."
I love boiled peanuts.
I was skeptical, but they're good.
Listen, I'm married to someone from Southwest Georgia, rural. There ain't shit there. Literally, there ain't shit there. And him and Meg got a lot in common when it comes to weird food and knowing people that eat weird food.
Yeah.
Because he'll be like, "Oh, they have livers," and I'm like, "Absolutely not."
Did y'all try putting peanuts in Coke and drinking that?
Yeah,
No.
that's fine.
I tried that too. That one I was not a fan of.
Did you do the
I
salted
passed on that.
peanuts?
Yeah.
Oh, it's fine. I don't do it like regularly. I mean, living outside Atlanta turned me into like a hardcore Coke drinker, like products.
Oh, I bought a 4-pack of Mexican Coke. Coca-Cola. I should rephrase that. I bought a 4-pack of Mexican Coca-Cola.
Like, no wonder Megan's a night owl.
I don't know. That's why Megan's like, "Wow, I'm wired."
Yeah.
Okay, boiled peanuts everywhere in Alabama too.
It might just be a southern thing.
It is. It's definitely a southern thing. I didn't think about it not being in Texas though.
No. Texas, Texas, they roast and barbecue everything.
True. This is true. Okay, I'm
Like
very
Buc-ee's
curious
literally
about...
is just roasted hot nuts.
True. I just want a Kloshki now.
I had Buc-ee's.
For the first time.
I went to Buc-ee's for the first time last weekend.
Did you?
Buc-ee's is good.
Buc-ee's is a terrifying experience.
Oh, it is.
You could have experienced it for the first time with me, but you were like,
yeah, it was actually really chill
family and a life.
I'm sorry that my granddad died.
Don't forget the cousins or whatever's wedding too. You were very busy.
I'm so sorry that my granddad died.
Doesn't care about other people.
Cousin got married. I'm
Families so
sorry.
inconvenient.
If it's any consolation, my mama was also mad that he died before the wedding. So awful.
Okay, I do need you to finish this book. I know you're bored, but I need to know if I should read it or not because I've heard people say they love it, and I've heard people not like it. So I'm like sitting in the middle on this one.
I just can't fathom.
I'm so out of the loop. I have no idea what book this is.
Being so far into that universe.
I'm with Megan. I don't know what that is.
Is that not the book I think it is?
It's Cassandra Clare, right?
No, it's the two hot guys on the cover fantasy book. It's like 510 pages.
I just love the way you described that.
Two hot guys on the cover.
That really narrows it down.
I don't know if I've ever had pimento cheese.
I feel like I'm just learning so much about food.
Was it Taste of Golden Iron? I thought it was
A Taste of Golden Iron is what it says.
There it goes. All my stuff froze for a minute.
Okay, yeah, I know
this cover. Cover.
That looks vaguely familiar.
I've seen that a million times. I thought it was Chain of Golden Iron or whatever.
That's
the Cassandra Clare book.
I thought that's what we were talking
about. At Racetrack?
Yeah, the Racetrack by my house has it. Pimento cheese on crackers is delicious.
Your mom's pimento cheese spread.
Oh God, Mama had me make some good pimento cheese spread. Listen, it's fine. I'll eat a lot of things. I don't know, liver, gizzards, none of that appeals to me really.
I've tried gizzard, or I have tried
fried gizzards are so good. Like fried gizzards, fried okra.
Your accent's coming out when you say that.
I know.
Fried okra. Listen,
fried okra is delicious.
I hunt down places with a good fried okra.
I caught myself saying full yesterday. And I kept doing it. And I kept going, where's the full? Why can't I find the full? And then, like, I stopped myself and I was like, foil. Word. You've worked really hard on pronouncing this word. I spent 10 minutes wandering my kitchen looking for full.
That's hilarious.
I'm like, I knew what I was looking for.
Love it.
What is happening?
I love this.
That's
It's
amazing.
awful. I don't like livers or gizzards. I have had both.
Well, like he goes in like pork rinds or chicharrones.
Chicharrones.
Yeah, he likes to get
It's
those,
that-
and I'm like, I'm good.
I was like, that they're just pork rinds. That's the Spanish word for pork rinds.
I love a pork rind.
Chicharrones. Because it's actually pig skin, because chicharrones, you can get chicharron tacos, and it's just them cooked as a taco instead of fried as a chip.
Mm-hmm.
My family loves those. I don't like the texture of it. I'm fine if it's fried, but if it's just like cooked and put in sauce, no thank you.
Fried a pork rind
Mhm.
taco, you say?
So it's not literal pork rinds. Instead of okay, let's be real gross. They're taking the pig skin and frying it to make pork
Mhm.
rinds. You take the pig skin and you just cook it like normal meat, and then you
So
put
they
it
do
with
this-
sauce.
Damn, you almost had me. Like I was thinking like a Doritos taco, but with like pork rinds.
No.
And I
It is,
was like, hold on.
it's just like lingua, which is cow tongue. I can't do either of those because of the
That's like
textures.
Grump's go-to order at Mexico. Like he gets yelled at by like coworkers. They're like, "Why are you ordering more Mexican than me?" Like it's really funny. And I'm like, that's really kind of funny because you're a ginger, blue-eyed man
Mm-hmm.
ordering this, and they're looking at him like, "Really?"
Yeah,
That's
no,
funny.
I do not like the texture. I'm a texture person. I've never realized that about myself until like I grew older, and it's
I mean,
just
I'm also a texture.
Oh,
I also have
always
texture issues, so we're good.
yeah.
I get it. That's why I can't do some of the things. Like I'll try. I'll give the most things a bite, but
Mm-hmm.
I peace out. Listen, I kill for some like Puerto Rican restaurant like roasted pig with the like skin stuff.
Yeah, I'm too far south for a Puerto Rican. We just have Mexican. By too far south, I mean I'm attached to Mexico.
Yeah, you're too Western.
Yeah.
I'm too Texas.
I can't not think about it is the problem.
See, here's the thing. The taste is fine. I hate the texture.
Mhm.
It's just the texture. It's too like squishy.
Listen, you're gonna get Mexican food tomorrow now.
Order Mexican food. Do it.
Mexican food is never the wrong answer.
You're not wrong. I mean, we
Agreed.
just had it last week.
Mexican food,
Amen.
everyone in my world knows that if you want me to do something with you, ask me if I want to get Mexican food. It does not matter what we are doing. It could be the most god-awful task. But if you offer me Mexican food, even if I have to buy it myself, I will.
Breakfast tacos are the best. Breakfast tacos, always. I make them. I grab them from Taco Cabana. I just love them so much.
I love this that you got told pork rinds were kosher. But then you pick it in the car. This is the slip-in. No. I get no. I don't know what it is. I mean, listen. I'll eat whatever you put in front of me. I'm not gonna lie. I'll try it, and then politely tell you I don't like it.
This person, I was at an interview, and they were like, "Let's go to a coffee shop," and it wasn't a coffee shop. It was a Mexican restaurant. It was all very strange. So they didn't have coffee, and the guy was like ordering in Spanish, and then he just looked at me, and I was just like, "Horchata, por favor," and he's like, "Oh, you speak fluent Spanish?" And I was like, "Bro, I can order food." Like,
I can pretty much order food. Like I usually can get by that. And then like they just, if I give my name for the order, they just stare at me and I'm like, no. Okay. Thank you. See, I was like, I don't know what you're referring to because it's
I was like, I don't.
Fine. That makes sense. Yeah, I love that. We used to get that when we go to this Puerto Rican place. It was so good. But yeah, I then get stared at like I should speak it, and I'm like, no. Nope.
No, I can complain and order food. That's it. I can complain in like 4 different languages, and I can order food in like 3. I know what's important. That's about it.
No, those are key steps. Key steps.
I love that.
I can make people think I'm stupid and feel sorry for me.
Listen.
Classic strategy.
Yeah.
Southern accent when you're having a hard time is a good option.
If I need people to feel sorry for me, I just gotta break out.
That's what Olive T. Kingfisher's characters do. That's their character type.
It worked better at my old job than it does my new job. Because my old job, I interacted with a bunch of attorneys and like courthouse people. So when I would slow it down and talk like this, they were more inclined to help me.
Yeah.
At my new job, it's, can you repeat that?
I have a really good blank stare, so I just blank stare a lot if I'm like, I don't know what's going on, or if I just don't feel like doing it. I'm just like, and they're like, we'll help you. Like,
my
okay.
coworker's favorite thing recently, we have dual monitors, and I can see out the corner of my eye out my door, and our office doors bump up to each other. And she'll pop around the corner, and I'll be doing something, and I'll just kind of look at her over the edge of my glasses, and she goes, "Why are you giving me that look? What have I done to you today?" I was like, "What have I ever given you a look that makes you think you've done something?" And she was like, "When you look at me over your glasses like this, or when you look at me out of the corner of your eye, I'm like, oh no, what have I done?"
That's hilarious.
Yeah, Southern draws help a lot.
Oh yeah.
Steph, are you fascinated by the weird food we have here?
Deeply.
You guys have stuff like that?
Yeah, we would. Like Melbourne's the foodie capital of, probably the foodie capital of Australia.
Don't y'all have fairy bread?
Fairy bread is delightful. The weirdest thing, but it's delightful. No, we have heaps of food. You go into the city and you can throw a stone and you'll hit a different cuisine, and it's all generally pretty good. They don't last very long.
I was gonna say, is it like what I think about when people like go to Europe and they're like, "There's no Mexican food," and I'm like, why did you expect to do Mexican food in Europe?
We probably don't have as much Mexican or even just general South American cuisine. There probably does exist. You probably don't see it as frequently. A lot of Greek, a lot of Italian, a lot of very different types of Asian food. It's all everywhere. And we have our big pockets of different areas. We've got our Italian area and our Chinatown, and you just see them there's very few restaurants in Melbourne that aren't busy all week, every night. So they're very spoiled.
I've gotten some food TikToks for there, and I'm always like, oh.
Yeah. So that's the one good thing. Like you can come here and you have good food.
Bring out teaching trauma, Mae.
Steph can give it to.
Greek food is good.
Steph can give you the teaching trauma.
Like even just where I live, because I live on a main street.
Yeah.
We've got 2 pubs which all serve meals, like full dinner meals. A Greek restaurant. We do have a Mexican place. We have a couple of Indian restaurants. We actually have a lot of Indian restaurants here. There's a couple of Asian places. I don't think we've got an Italian. Well, I'm really picky about eating Italian because that's my family's background. So pretty much everything gets compared to mum's, and I don't like eating Italian out because I'm a snob.
That makes sense.
So nothing ever tastes as good. But yeah, lots of choice. Very spoiled.
I miss that part of Atlanta. Just how much food there was the best.
Yeah.
The best. Yeah. It's pretty convenient.
One's directly across the road and the other's 1 block over.
That is nice.
It's also convenient because on Friday nights after work, we tend to go to the pub for drinks.
So it's right there.
It's right there.
That's perfect. Yeah, I don't think I would take you to a Mexican restaurant in Australia.
Let's be fair. I would not take, no offense to California people, I would not take a California person to a Mexican restaurant in Texas.
Yeah.
Because they're completely different types of Mexican foods. And every single time I've done it, I've gotten complained at that this is not real Mexican food. And I'm like, they're different coasts, guys. It's a big country.
Yeah, I'd be wary of Mexican places.
Well,
over
I mean,
here.
we struggle in Tennessee to find Mexican food we like because the region that they're like the menus are coming from here aren't what we're used to.
Mhm.
It's a whole thing, and that's
She froze.
Nope. Yep.
Uh-oh.
She's
You're
real
so
frozen.
passionate.
It is a thing though. Like
Mhm.
you have not only the food from the actual country, but then like the hybrids of whatever region it's been in with the ingredients that are accessible and all of that.
Mhm.
I think Izzy's back.
And whatever you
Back.
like is what you like.
Oh,
Maybe.
the minute she started talking again.
Grumps must be playing Call of Duty or something.
Morgan, why
Oh,
would you
man,
like
I didn't play
asada?
this. Oh my god.
I'll fight Morgan. I'll go to her house and fight her. I do not like asada.
Uh-oh.
Guisada or bust, baby. Give me that delicious fattening gravy.
What is happening?
I don't know why it keeps refreshing. I have no idea.
I was like, excuse me, I did not do that. I'm controlling this now.
Yeah, I know. I put up the sprints because we're gonna sprint in a second because I'm just gonna.
45 takes you past midnight, just so you know.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm going to bed, so I don't care what you do.
Yeah, I'm also going to duck off because I need to get ready to go out. So
Well,
As long
before
as
you
the
go,
mask
Steph,
is
I
not-
have to tell you that I was informed by my family, by my brother and sister-in-law, that they are planning on taking my nephew to Australia in the next year and a half.
oh yeah.
And they were like, do you want to go? And I was like, ask me again when I see how he's going to act on a 16-hour flight.
You can sit away.
Yes, but that's a long flight. How long we staying? What are we talking here?
Yeah, you need to make sure it's a decent chunk of time because it takes a little while to recover from the flight,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and then you have to mentally prepare for the return flight.
I was like, we got to work out some details before I say yes or no.
Yeah.
to
But
this.
like if you're coming all of this way, you would want to try and do. I'm assuming they're probably looking at East Coast because going to the West Coast to just add an extra 5 hours on top of whatever flight times you've got. So you'd want to be able to spend enough time to go through a couple of states because it's a long way to come just to go to one place.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's a very long way to go.
Yeah. So that
Halfway around the world.
Yeah.
also,
Also-
that was the discussion we had the other day, and I was like, ask me again when it's a little bit closer.
And then just double check the time of year because if you come this time of year, it doesn't really matter where you're going to go. It's still going to be cold. Like it's cold as here, but it's still pretty cold in other parts of the not as cold in the north, but
I'll have to ask them. I did ask a lot of questions. I was like, okay, very cool. I love this. I don't know what we're talking about.
Ulysses and I are gonna fight. That's what's gonna happen.
They're fighting about
We're fighting over how meat is cooked.
yeah, basically how the pork
Oh,
cooked.
Well, I think I know asada and gisada are beef. I'll
Okay.
spell it as pork.
Well, I saw asada and I
I have
saw
no
the
idea-
source, so I'm like
I'm gonna be
assuming
fair.
pork.
I have no idea what arrachera is.
I think you guys are arguing about multiple correct options. So
Yeah, I'm sure. I did want to make poutine with carne guisada because it's beef and gravy. So I was like, yeah, let's do that fusion. That sounds delicious, and I'm still debating it.
I mean, it doesn't sound
Hey,
bad.
Ashley.
hello, Ashley.
Late night.
hey,
That's why she's here because we're up
Yeah,
very
she's
late.
dressed.
Yeah, I think it's. I can't figure out if it's my Wi-Fi on the desktop or if it's Grumps playing.
I blame Grumps.
Just blame Grumps. It's easier.
No,
But in my defense, what don't I blame Grumps for?
Yeah, exactly.
I do
Is that a
blame
new
Grumps.
Stanley?
Simple modern.
Look at you
God,
and your fancy
Izzy,
cups.
quit buying cups.
It's neon green and yellow. I had to buy it.
Okay.
Quit buying cups. I would never buy more. I definitely did not order.
You ordered more than me last time.
I definitely did not order more like the same day you ordered more.
And you ordered more than me, so.
And I definitely
Your
did not order
poutine sounds
Tupperware.
delicious, and now I want it.
That does sound really good. That sounds really good.
I've never had
Right.
poutine, but I am that weird Southern person that can't handle the texture of gravy.
I don't like white gravy. I like
You also
brown
don't drink
gravy.
sweet tea or tea
You
in
don't
general.
drink sweet tea?
No, and you know why? Do you know why? I blame my dad because I think I could have been a tea drinker.
Mhm.
But my dad always orders unsweet tea and puts Splenda in it. But
Oh, absolutely not.
He would always let me get a drink before he put the Splenda in it. And unsweet tea is nasty.
Yeah.
And so
I
now
like
I'm
unsweet tea.
terrified of drinking tea because you never know if it's good or bad. I don't trust these places.
We got clarification. Skirt steak. Oh, I do love a skirt steak too, though. Splenda is awful.
Yeah,
I
Splenda
agree.
is not good.
No, I'm sorry.
No,
It's not Splenda. He does sweet and low.
That's still not good. The proper way to have sweet tea is while the tea is still like hot, you mix the sugar in it so that it completely
So-
dissolves.
So we don't make it at home. He usually only gets tea when we go out.
Makes sense.
So like he gets an unsweet tea.
Well, and then depending on what state you're in, it's a gamble because every state makes their sweet tea a little different. Georgia is some of the sweetest sweet tea when you go out and order, and like other states, it'll be like mellow kind of weirdness to the sweetness. It's just,
I don't know. Sweet tea is
it's so
delicious.
good. And when it's really, really hot out, the best. The best.
Oh,
drink.
yeah.
Well, and like my dad was always on a diet,
Mhm.
and he's had like blood sugar problems running his family. So drinking sweet tea was never really an option. And
Yeah,
he
I get
always
that.
had kidney stones.
Mhm.
So like unsweet tea, adding 2 pink packs, as he would tell you at the table, came me 2 of them pink packs. It got him his tea, and he works for Pepsi, so a lot of our restaurants serve Coke, and he can't drink Coke
Mhm.
in public. So he would get a tea. That was his workaround.
Isn't the tea the part that causes kidney stones?
I
Or
don't know.
can exacerbate kidney stones, not the sugar part?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Because I know my husband loves sweet tea, and he rarely gets it now because he decided a few kidney stones was enough.
My dad drinks a lot of milk too. I think a lot of his come from milk because he's like the only one that ever drank milk in our house, and we had to buy a gallon a week.
I can't even imagine that.
Like sample. Oh God.
I ordered sweet tea by mistake at when I was in Chicago, and they literally just gave me like a hot little tea, like a teacup with hot tea in it and then sugar, and I was like, what is this?
Well, that's crazy. Here in Pennsylvania, you can get Southern sweet tea. Like
I mean, it's more common now. I feel like.
Oh yeah, no, this was like
outside the South than it
way
was.
It was a wee lass of like 13.
It's like I said y'all in Massachusetts, and they were like, "What?" And I was like, "This is not groundbreaking." But Grumps, they couldn't understand him at the burger place in Massachusetts. It's really good. And he couldn't understand them, and I was like, "Oh, this is funny. This is really funny."
I was in Ohio, one state above where I'm at right now, standing in line in an amusement park, and somebody asked me if I was from Missouri or Mississippi, one of the two, and I looked at them and I was like, "No,
the audacity!
I'm from Kentucky."
That's rude.
And they were like, "Are you sure?" No.
That's where I'm from.
No, I have no idea what state I'm from. I had on a T-shirt that like had said something about Kentucky on it. I was like, no, I'm not sure.
Y'all has become a lot more common than it ever was. It's really
It's just such a good plural because it's not.
It
You don't have to be
is.
like you guys or you girls. You don't have to like gender it.
Mhm.
It's just y'all.
Y'all
Yeah.
means all.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yep.
Kind of, or you can just say all of y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And
All
then
y'all.
all
In
y'all.
our region, they say Ewans.
Yeah.
Yuns.
We use
Yeah.
yuns a lot.
I hate it.
My grandparents
That's weird.
always
I don't like
preferred
that.
Ewan.
I don't like that.
Yeah. There's also Ewans is.
No.
There's like a lot. There's like a whole range of it. Yens. Good times. I've always said y'all though, because my mom is from
Mhm.
Oklahoma. But I do agree. I think it's become a lot more widespread. I don't think it used to kind of just be us. Now it's like,
Yeah,
everyone.
it definitely is less of a only Southern thing.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all.
Y'all live. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Finna. I like Finna.
My grandparents
Fixing
always,
to.
they always did yuns, and
Mm-hmm.
they put S's on things
Mm.
that don't need S's.
Mm-hmm.
So you go to the Walmarts.
I
This,
sometimes add the S's. I also
I do it for fun.
I picked up Fixin' in college from my roommate from rural Georgia as well, and that's a fun one that I'll sometimes say, and I'm like, no, stop.
My favorite is when we mock my papaw and the way he talks on the phone. So he'll answer the phone and say yellow. And
Yeah.
then if you ask him how he's doing, he says, "Thank God it ain't no worse."
Love it.
But he says it like, "Thank God it ain't no worse, Mae."
See, I didn't realize that this was a weird saying. God willing and the creek don't rise.
That's
Good
not
Lord
weird.
willing- It's good Lord willing and the creek don't rise.
See, my mom says God willing and the creek don't rise.
That's
We've
like,
always
that's
used
a
good
common
Lord willing.
Southern phrase.
Yeah, it's not
But
here.
I never thought that it was weird until people were like, "What?" It's God
I've
willing and the
heard
creek don't rise.
both ways of it. Like I've heard it both ways. So
Well, I guess people are like, "What does that mean?" That's like means if all goes as planned.
Yeah. If everything goes the way
Oh.
it's supposed to.
Warsh
Warsh.
is hilarious, and it's in random places.
My favorite is wash rag.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of a washcloth, it's a wash rag
Mm-hmm.
or the washer.
Mm-hmm.
My brother likes to say shower instead of shower. That's a fun one in my home. Winda. I drop a lot of the end of words I've
Mhm.
found and make them A's. Like I don't say tater, I say potato. Give me a potato, give me a tomato.
I hate to break it to you, but both versions of that were very Southern. That's
See,
not a
I
thing.
know that.
my friend would say, like, y'all finna get going. Finna, Finna, which is a
Yeah.
shorten of fixing to, which
Yeah.
is another Southern thing. So it's like, are you getting ready to go?
I think it's AAVE too.
Yeah, it's AAVE
Yeah.
too.
Is it?
But like that's a hard part. A lot of Southern stuff like it mixes weirdly.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
So it's always interesting to see that. Yeah, I do say fixin' sometimes. All right.
I
Do
say
we want to read or do we just want to chat for 20 minutes? Heather, you look like you're gonna go to bed. You can go to bed.
I've been trying to go to bed for like 30 seconds.
Bye, Heather. Leave.
I
I'll
have
kick you
to tell
out.
y'all how wrong.
Bye, Heather. I'll kick you out.
You all talk too much. All right. Love you. I'll see you tomorrow,
Okay.
bright and early.
Goodbye.
Oh, you're gonna be on the morning ones? Okay.
I'm gonna,
I'll be asleep.
yeah. Once I usually do a big breakfast on Saturday morning, and it's usually around mid morning. So whenever I'm done with that, it might be right at the beginning of the sprint. It might be more mid, but I will hop on at least for a couple. So, all right. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
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 I removed her. Like as she hit exit, I was like, "Remove."
Get out.
All right. I think I need to go as well because I need to go get ready.
Okay, bye, Steph. I won't kick you
Have
out.
fun.
Enjoy your
Have
hockey
fun.
game, Steph.
Bye. I hope two men get stuck together again. She sent me a picture of two guys whose skates got stuck together and they put the kiss cam on them. Ooh, Write Fast. That's a good one.
My mama used to always tell us to get our tricks together when she wanted us to see our stuff together. Or like if we were trying to go somewhere, she'd be like, "You got your tricks? Did you get your tricks? Pick up your tricks." That was her thing, was tricks.
That's funny.
The kids look at me funny when I use it.
We have one spot here that I freaking love, and honestly, we haven't eaten there in a while. It's probably going to happen soon.
Spouse's family's from New Orleans, and I think they said that there was a place that made good muffulettas, and we need to go get some because that sounds really good.
Oh, they are really good. I do love those.
I haven't had one in a very long time. I don't think I've had one since I
Sweeper was a vacuum cleaner. Wait, no,
because you don't sweep with a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, that's weird. I would have also been shaken to my core. Real quick, and then that makes sense too. I feel like that's more normal, but I don't know if I've heard Write Fast very often or not. Now I'm gonna hear it. Somebody's gonna say it.
I say get down from the car, and spouse makes fun of me because he's like, it's get out of the car, and I'm like, my whole family just says when you get down from the car.
So the town I grew up in, our river runs backwards. It flows the opposite direction. I know it sounds ridiculous. There's like 3 rivers in the world that do it, and one of them is the Big Sandy. So my sense of direction is backwards. Because if you go by the river, when you think you're going up, you're going down. So I'm never right when when I go back home, I literally I'm going back home. I'm going back home. I'm going down to Prestonsburg. Like I'm going.
My favorite is that everything is like down, even if you're going up. Like I feel like constantly, it's always like everything's down. It doesn't matter.
And I never know. I don't know where I don't know east from west. Like, do not give me those kind of directions.
If you think I don't do this on a regular basis, I got news.
My mom only recently learned that I really don't know my left from right.
No, I have to think about it.
I have to think really hard.
When I was younger, I used to do this, and people were like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Well, I cartwheel right, so that's the right." Like when I was very little, because I was at gymnastics when I was like 6, that's how I learned my right from my left, is which one do I cartwheel with. So I literally have to do this just to figure out which one is the correct one.
I could not grasp the concept of a blinker. Like I always wanted to use it when I was learning to drive, but I couldn't understand it. My brain and the blinker did not make sense. So if I wanted to turn right, I would flick it to the left. And my mom finally looked at me one day and she went, "Hit it when you turn the wheel." And everything clicked. Everything about driving clicked in that moment.
Smart. That's smart.
I can see that though. That makes sense.
Oh, okay, I have a question. What do you call it when like here's your house and there's a house that's like up and one over? What do you call that?
Corner.
Catty corner.
I say catty corner.
It's both.
Well, I know. I just want to know what people
as
say.
Our resident like has lived all over the states, I have heard both, and I call it both.
Yeah, like I've never heard kitty corner until very, very recently, and I was like, "What the heck is kitty corner?"
We're not the only ones who are bad at directions, by the way. And don't go the direction I point. Exactly.
Well, my favorite directional story is when me and my aunt were coming back from New York, and we had used the walking directions on her phone, but we hopped a train in Baltimore. We took the Amtrak up to New York City, and we came back and we're trying to get home, and it's telling me it's going to take us 3 days to get home and that we need to take a ferry. We circled Baltimore 4 times before one of us, there's 2 of us in the car. Neither of us realized that it was looking at the walking directions. And I kept going, "We didn't take a ferry over here. Did we? Did I sleep through a ferry ride?"
No.
And she was like, "We did not take a ferry. What are you talking about?" And we kept ending up at the ferry place. Like we would circle. And we kept looking at it. And she finally went, "It's on walking directions." And then we got started the right direction, and I had to drive through my least favorite state.
The North Carolina?
No,
Virginia?
West Virginia.
West Virginia.
West Virginia.
I was like, I thought you meant like to drive through, not just like the
No.
state you want to like blow up off the map, even though like
I would.
it did nothing wrong to you. Yeah,
Yes,
I've lived.
You just don't know it.
God, I don't even know how many states I'm up to. It's a lot. We'll just say
I lived
that.
in one.
I've this is I think the only state I've lived in. I've lived in other countries, but this is the only state.
I'm over 10. Put it that way. We're over 10 states. And it's probably not stopping anytime soon.
What do y'all call the rolly thing that you push at the grocery store?
That is a buggy.
It's a cart.
Cart.
You know what
a
I heard
shopping
it
cart.
called yesterday, and I meant to message you, May?
Oh no.
A carriage.
No.
It was
That's
a little, like
carriage.
this tiny old lady. It was really cute. She was like, I gotta get a carriage.
Megan, what do you call the place you take those back to?
The return? I've also called it a basket, I will say. You say go get the basket.
The grocery store that I used to work at in my hometown, where I call it Buggies, called it a buggy corral.
Okay, that's cute. Ours just literally says shopping cart return.
Yeah,
cart
all
return.
the time say like cart return carts here or whatever, but like we called it the buggy corral. You had to go get the buggies from the buggy corral.
I love that. That's adorable. It makes it sound like they're like little horses.
No
So
one else
we-
says buggy in the chat, May. It's just you.
That's fine.
Like,
We
I
had
say
this-
basket too, though. So I say
We
go
had
get the
this
basket.
Discussion in the car one day, me and my cousin and her husband, and we're talking about them, and I called it a buggy or whatever, and we parked beside a cart.
Oh, hold on. Where'd it go? Oh, it's not there yet. Somebody else says buggy. You're not alone.
And
There it is.
thank you. And corral.
basket.
I got
It's a
both.
basket.
But we were talking about it, and we were sitting in the car, and she called it a cart return. And I could not think of the word cart to save my life. We were talking about, no, I just kind of under my breath went, we called those buggy corrals. And I swear to God, my cousin almost peed herself. She couldn't get out of the car at Target. She was laughing so hard.
I love
I
that.
love it. That's funny.
Oh
So-
man, y'all I don't know why you reminded me. I was in the car with Spouse and we were talking about rodeos because like
Mhm.
different cities have like their own
Yeah.
stock show and rodeos. And I was
Yeah.
like, my favorite part of the rodeo is when they put those tiny children with helmets on sheep and then just let the sheep run. I was like
It's pretty
thinking about
funny.
it and talking about I literally was crying laughing because it's just so cute and funny at the same time. To watch little kids hang on for dear life as the little sheep just run around in circles.
Give them a taste of real life. Throw them on a bowl.
It's so
Come
good.
on now.
I was like, I want to go to a rodeo just to watch. I could watch that all day. I could just watch kids trying to ride sheep for hours.
Those poor babies.
It's
They
so
didn't do
cute.
nothing.
They wanted to do it probably.
They volunteered. Or their parents volunteered them.
I was
but
going to
either way,
say, did
it's
they
funny.
volunteer or were they voluntold?
But it's just so cute because most of them are like in their like Sunday best with like the bolo ties and their like starch jeans and their pretty shiny boots, and then they put the little helmets on them and they go hold on tight, and then they like swat the sheep and the sheep goes wah! And the kid's just like, oh my god, like hanging on to sheep. It's so good.
I have to show you all my new office decor that
Me
was
too.
stolen from the Applebee's.
I love it. I love it.
I moved it so he stared at me. And when the guy came back in my office, I said, you don't understand. I love Harrison Ford. He can stand in the corner and stare at me all day. And my coworker looked at me when she came and looked. She's from Barcelona. And she looked at me. She goes, he's giving you the sexy look. And, I'm like, and that's okay. He's like 90.
I love it.
It's fine.
I love it. Yeah, Texas is weird. Like, my sister won tickets to the PBR, the pro bull riding, not
Mhm.
PBR the beer.
Yeah.
So we had like pro bull riding tickets. We went and we watched Bull Riders. And then as soon as we left the doors, we entered a dance hall because it was like part two-step and dance hall, part like rodeo sphere. It was very strange. It was very like peak Texas.
I love this.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
So then we just went in two-steps. It was great.
As you should have.
It was a lot of
As you
fun.
Nothing about a rodeo sounds fun to me simply because that many drunk people in a room sounds like a nightmare.
I don't think you're wrong. I'll only go if I do Houston with Bestie 1 year.
I've never been to the Houston one. I've been to the San Antonio Stock Show Rodeo because that's where I grew up.
I love it.
I just feel like she lives there. Like, if we're gonna do it, we'll do it that way, I guess. I've never been to a rodeo.
It will be in Houston in August because my friend is getting married and that's where they live.
There's some really cute stationery stores out there, depending on what part you're gonna be in.
Megan, do you need me to discourage or encourage? I saw the look on your face, and it's one of the two.
I'm mostly just like, I mean, we have them here too. I too am in a giant city.
I was just surprised at how much some of them have there. Like, they have like the Hobonichis and stuff, actually.
I do like those. Although I will say the spouse will be driving, so we will probably stop at none of them.
Yeah. Like, that's what I mean when I'm like, they have stores that actually have some of the stuff that like not every stationery store has.
I love that. I do like that. But no, he'll be driving and he'll be the one that's like, I hate Houston. We need to go back and leave. And I'll be like, okay. That's not how he talks at all. But
valid. I get it. I don't drive when we go to Houston, so
Houston drivers scare me, man.
It's terrifying. I kind of just close my eyes and pray, and I'm not religious, that I'm gonna just survive while Bestie flings the car through traffic.
You know what? That feels like how Bestie would drive regardless of where you were.
No, because Bestie would drive me around because I don't drive. I drive, but like I'm full passenger princess. Everyone drives me around.
If I could, I would. So I understand.
Yeah. So I do live that life, and it's great. But like, also, usually I'm visiting a friend in a place they live. So why am I going to drive when I don't know where anything is?
That makes sense.
My favorite was me driving to Cincinnati. Nobody knew what we were doing that day.
Yeah, it's fine.
But we made it safely.
We made it. I mean, I can drive. I mean, I do it. It's just like, if I'm traveling and I go to the place my friends live, so I don't drive.
I
tried driving to Fort Worth and it did not work out well for me.
Yeah, I
mean, I got lost and somehow ended up in Arlington. I don't know how I ended up in Arlington.
Well, passenger princess life is bomb. Grumps, I don't like it when I drive and Grumps is the passenger. He's too much.
I don't feel like Grumps is a good passenger.
He's a terrible passenger.
That tracks.
Yeah, Houston is it's bananas. Yeah. Like I flat out said, like, after our first trip to visit her, I said, I'm not driving here.
I've literally seen people miss their entrance to get onto the highway and drive up the grassy knoll to get onto the highway street while they're on the feeder. And I'm just like, that's an overpass. And they're just like, my truck can do it. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, that feels right. And just like you're always moments away from being hit.
Yeah.
In Houston. It's just wild. I don't understand.
We were in Ohio one time and there were people backing up the on-ramp.
They do that in Korea. Korea use their hazard lights as I'm about to be a hazard instead of there is something like hazardous happening to my car.
Shit, so I'll sit that on every time I drive. I am a hazard. Stay away.
If they're like, oh, I missed my exit, I'm about to back up on this highway, they put on their hazards. If they're like, I'm running that red light, they turn on their hazards.
In Tennessee, you want to know what's
terrifying?
They aren't pulling over for emergency vehicles in Tennessee right now, drivers. We were on the road home from grabbing dinner tonight, and a cop came flying up with his sirens on, lights going. Not even half the people pulled over to let him through. They were just like, I'm driving and I'm not getting on. I was just like, y'all.
I pull over and slow down.
I do.
Same.
I
Well,
do not need to be the reason they let you go with the warning,
No.
because that would just piss me off even more.
Mm-hmm. We were trying to get over, and someone was preventing us from getting over to pull over and let the cop through.
Talk about a cab, man.
I was just like,
That's
listen, I'm a cab, but I don't want a ticket. I don't want a ticket. I don't have to deal with
I
them.
stopped for ambulances. Most definitely.
When my grandmother died, my nephew became obsessed with people pulling over
Mm-hmm.
for the hearse and like
Okay.
showing respect. So he's sitting he's on the driver's side, I'm on the passenger side in the back seat. My dad's driving, my mom's in the front seat. It's my dad's mom's funeral. We're driving down the road, and all these vehicles are pulling over. And like we have, the police escort, and they're stopping traffic, so you don't have to stop at red lights and stuff. And my nephew's like, what are these people doing? Why are they pulling over? So we're explaining it to him. Okay. So 10 weeks later, when my granddad dies, it's me and my dad in the front seat, my nephew's in the back seat. We're having the same conversation, but every time someone doesn't pull over, he is yelling at the window that they have no respect for the dead and like screaming. And my dad is stared at me, and I'm staring at my dad like, how did we get here? How is it the two of us in the car with this kid? Where's mom? Where's his parents?
Wild.
Why is it just us?
That's wild.
Yeah, it was bananas. It wasn't.
I feel like that tracks for him though.
It does. And he got weirdly obsessed with death there for a little while.
Mhm.
Like, we're still not sure why he did it, but he drew my mama a picture and insisted that she needed to have a dime in her casket. We have not figured this out yet. Nobody understands this.
Okay.
And he won't tell anybody why she needed a dime. But
Did he learn about like Egypt stuff or
Yeah, I was
something?
like to pay to cross.
Okay. That makes more sense. That honestly, like,
he learned something about the crossing the river Styx, probably.
Yeah,
okay.
you gotta pay to cross.
Yeah.
Normally it's like 2 coins on the eyes, but like that's fine.
Well,
whatever. He got there.
Yeah. It's
Like, we were
that
letting him do whatever he wants. So, like, I handed him a dime and said, "Here, dude, do whatever you want with it. Like, just don't knock her out of the casket." I'm kind of in emotional distress and don't really know what to do.
Yeah.
Like, I've never been in this. Like,
I would have loved that text. You will not believe what just happened.
That's why I filmed part of it. I kept waiting on someone to knock a casket over.
I know.
At 2 funerals. I was like, I've lost half my grandparents in a 10-week span, and someone's about to knock over a damn casket. I'm going to lose it.
I don't
So
blame you.
like, I give him the dime, and I'm like, here, give it to her. I don't care. My sister-in-law like stops him, and she's like, no, we can do it tomorrow. You need to talk to Peepaw, which is my dad. And I was like, if anyone has a problem with it, they can take it up with me. Nobody's going to take it up with me.
I don't think anybody's going to care.
I like get in the car with my dad. I'm telling my dad, and he was like, give him the dime. And my dad's like losing it too. And I'm like, okay, well, number one, we shut down the funeral home. Literally. They were like running us out and locking the doors.
Mm-hmm.
So we're done today. We can try again tomorrow. I gave him a dime. And it was a whole thing. It was a whole production. For him. Like, not for everybody. Like, it wasn't
He didn't like grab a megaphone and say, excuse me, attention.
Attention. Watch this child put a dime in the casket.
Yes. We're not sure why he's doing it. But here he goes.
Listen, sometimes you just gotta roll with things. And
that's all we can do.
What it is, That's what you do.
I think he put a dime in my granddad's casket. I'm not sure. I never asked.
Probably.
I was like, yeah, man.
Don't ask, because if he didn't, he's gonna have a meltdown.
I know.
Yeah.
I was like, man, you do.
He's gonna make y'all try to dig up that grave. You don't want to do that.
Megan, I had a dream the other night that my mama bought their headstone, and she made us have a funeral and like bury my granddad alive because they had to use the headstone because she paid for it.
Oh my God.
I just think it's not funny, but it's such a weird dream. It is kind of funny.
It was bananas. And everyone was just like, no, my mom says he's dead. And I'm like watching him put himself in the casket. And I'm like, no. Like, I'm granddad, don't do it. And he just like lays down. And I'm like, what kind of hold does she have on you, man?
My grandma bought all of her she bought a bunch of plots in bulk, basically. And so
you could do that.
So my one of my uncles has a headstone already like carved up and ready. He's alive and doing well, knock on wood. So I'm just like, man, it must be real weird for him to come here and literally see like his headstone, and it's like, you'll be here someday.
Have you seen the old woman on TikTok who will go?
I love
her so much. She'll go to the grave to visit her husband, and she's like, I have to slay because those ghosts have to lay.
And she's like, that's my makeup.
And she showed a picture of her. She showed her headstone one day, and she was like, someday they're gonna have to carve my death date here, but that day's not today, bitches.
I feel like I have to look hot for the ghosts.
I love it.
It's really funny.
There was one where she got stood up for a date, and then she like came back later. And she was like, "Just kidding, he died yesterday."
Oh my god,
They're so funny.
They're really funny. We're gonna find those and send them in the chat.
Oh my god, I got her this morning. What was she doing? She was talking about dropping out of high school. She dropped out of high school, and she said, I got bullied, but now they're all dead.
oh my god.
She's like is she in her 90s?
Yeah, she's in her I think she's in her late 90s.
Listen, I'm proud of her for figuring out technology.
Like, she's so funny. She'll get ready, and she's like, I'm going on a date with my ex. I hope he doesn't try to kiss me.
Yes, I've seen the recipe, the lady who goes and gets the recipes off graves. I think that's really cool. I love
that recipes on graves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like the family recipe or the thing they're known for, and they won't give it up until they die. It's on their tombstone.
That's amazing.
Wow. I just think that's a fun way to leave something. I just want a GIF on mine personally.
How are you gonna get a GIF? That requires movement.
Yeah, I want a little screen.
Has always
embedded screen. I love it.
That she would have a hologram on her headstone. That when someone walked by, it would pop out and tell them to tell her daughters that she's in the same place they buried her. Tell them to come and visit. And I looked at my mom and I was like, you're going to have to go see your mom more. Because if she does that, if I'm the only person that goes to this grave, I'm not living with this. I'm not doing it.
I've heard of it.
I don't know how I feel about the Golden Bachelor happening.
Same.
I need to know how old the contestants actually are. Because I swear to God, if it's a bunch of 20-year-olds,
that's icky.
Yeah.
We're going to need to call Child Protective Services.
Right? For real.
Grandma on there. Because she slays.
That would be the first season of The Bachelor I ever watch.
Same. If it's like sweet old ladies.
No, I want to watch them fight.
What if
No, I want it. They're all gonna look sweet, and then they're gonna go into these confessionals, and they're gonna be like the cattiest women, and I'm going to be living for it.
Old women are mean.
They are. They are.
They really are.
It's a lot of repressed energy, I feel like.
Well, yeah, because they had to be so nice and docile when they were younger, and now they're like, I'm old.
Also, the world stops perceiving you more and more as you age, as a woman. So, I feel like that can be a really big wake up call for some people.
Mm-hmm. Did you see the shirt? I don't know if y'all follow Drew Afalo, I think is how you say it. Drew with the laugh.
Mm-hmm.
She had on a shirt. I think it was a TikTok I saw her do today. And I think it was her. I could be wrong. It may not have been her, and it could have been a different TikTok that I saw. But it said, you don't respect women if you only respect women you're attracted to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn.
Sure.
So if the Golden Bachelor is with a bunch of golden girls, Are we gonna be like doing live show watches together?
Yes,
on
we're gonna
this?
do like
Can
recap.
we?
Yes,
I would love that so much.
it's gonna have to be like in the Discord.
I'm down for that. Let's do that.
I
in
think
the
we could do
Discord.
that. If it is older contestants, we will do like either us on camera like this and like our TV's playing it or something.
I feel like
Yeah.
it would have to be.
You can also simulcast through Discord
Yeah,
because I've watched movies through Discord with one person
I have
in
two.
the movie.
I feel like it would have to be older women.
It has. I hope so.
You would think, but
I do want to see a bunch of Blanches. I'm not.
how old is I forgot how old is this dude? He's like in his like 70s or something.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say he's 77, but I also think I'm making.
They're gonna have some spring chicken who's like 45.
Look, I'm okay as long as they're. I think I'd be good if they were 50 and up.
I think so.
Like I'd be chill with that. But if it's like some like 20 to 30-year-old people, I'm like, y'all are just like gold diggers and you need to leave. This is not
you're
meant for
Anna
you.
Nicole, like you know, Anna, do the Anna Nicole thing. That's fine, but I don't
You're
want to
gonna
watch
have,
it on TV.
You're gonna have like two younger girls, and you're just gonna have the old ladies be like, "Oh, bless your heart."
That'd be really funny.
That would be so funny. Look, I'll deal with it if it's one or two youngins, but I
Can
will
I
not deal with it if it is mostly youngins.
Can I read you all this article
Please,
about the Golden Bachelor?
Mm-hmm.
please.
Jerry Turner is sharing what he looks for in a partner ahead of his season of the Golden Bachelor. I want someone that is in their own way is fit. If they're tall or short, those kinds of things don't matter. Turner 71 said in an interview with the Bachelor Happy Hour. It's that they're getting the most out of their physical attributes. Are they pushing themselves or are they refusing to give up? This is what got me. Turner added that his ideal date would involve conversation and an activity of some sort.
What kind of
Isn't that all
activity?
that? I want the date to include some activities so I know we could engage together. It'd be nice if it was an activity where I would know how well we work together as a unit. A pickleball date or a golf date would be great. I think those kinds of things are revealing of people's character. I'm also thinking an early date where we could talk about priorities. We can talk about whether or not the person is interested in being married. He added, there's many women my age that look at marriage and say, you know, it's kind of a complication. Do we need to be married to be committed to each other? It's an interesting thought. He's a retired restaurateur.
Mm-hmm.
He was previously married for 43 years to his high school sweetheart, Tony.
Aww.
She died in 2017, just 6 weeks after she retired. He told Good Morning America. They have 2 daughters together. He thinks she would be happy that he's the Golden Bachelor.
Okay. I need them to be closer in his age range. It does not need to be a 12-year age gap is different than a 20, 30, 40 year age gap.
Yeah, like if they're
that's
like
my
if
problem.
they could be your dad, that's the issue.
Yeah, that's when it's
Hey,
be weird.
you leave me and Jason Sudeikis alone, okay? He is literally 5 years younger than my dad. You leave us.
But like that's also
it's
there's also context of age met and all that stuff too. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a lot that goes into that. The game I have no clue how to understand, but everyone's obsessed with. So pickleball.
I do know that. I do know that I've seen a couple of tennis players who make fun of people who play pickleball because they're just like, that's just a tennis warm up. Why is this now a sport?
Supposedly, according to Google, all of the female contestants will be 65 and over.
Okay. We will watch this together then.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down for this.
I love
my
this
grandma
neighbor
does that.
would walk 5+ miles a day. I need to get back into
That's my grandma. My grandma does that. She walks down to like the local high school and just walks around their track.
Mm-hmm.
And she's in her like 80s and she's super like she does it every day or almost every day. And she's like, there's this guy, he was flirting with me and hitting on me. And I'm like, excuse me, sir, you are like in your 60s. You are far too young for me. And I'm like, I love you, Grandma.
That's cute.
My grandma's great.
I'm assuming Buzz also met his wife when they were older, not when, she was 18. But I don't know.
They met while he was on the moon.
There we go.
The moon girl.
Obviously.
She's a moon child.
Do you know when the Golden Bachelor starts?
September.
September. So
Okay.
That's
knows?
that's what Google said.
mhm.
We will try to get this planned out.
And it's usually in like August or September.
Mhm.
Because then the Bachelorette, I'm pretty sure, is in the spring. I watched one season of The Bachelor. No, I watched one
Didn't
season
they
of The
have-
Bachelorette.
Didn't they have the last Bachelorette was like bisexual Bachelorette or something? I forgot.
Mhm.
I don't remember. It wasn't that season. I haven't watched Squeaks. Is
Never watched it.
almost 3. I haven't
don't
watched it since before my best friend had a baby. We watched.
And
I
you
went to
know-
her house every night. And we watched it.
I just never got like, I don't know. A lot of the guys creeped me out
That's
in
fair.
general on both versions of the show.
I was a big
I did
fan
not
of
watch that.
Clinton, the guy who jumped over the fence and then is now gay and married to a man, which, like, rock on. That's awesome. Just was weird when that came out afterward.
Mhm.
It was like, I liked you with this girl, which is fine. But I was like, I feel like maybe you knew that before you went on this show and dated all these women.
Yeah,
But
I don't know.
maybe
It
you
seems
didn't.
weird. I don't know. Maybe
I
he
know
thought
that-
it was bi or pan or something.
Yeah, I didn't
He's
do
just
that
trying to
much
figure
research.
himself out.
But they had like it was like this big ordeal. They had this really big falling out over it. And then they kept it under wraps for like 6 months. And he got married recently to like an older man. So
I have never heard of this show.
I don't know what that is.
Neither.
But I don't watch a ton of TV. I'm like the least TV of TV.
Oh yeah, no, I don't really TV. I do know that the newest season of The Ultimatum is queer. That's all I know.
I
need to
watched
watch
like
it.
one season of Love is Blind and was like, yeah, I'll watch more. Never turned it back on. So.
I watched The Ultimatum and I was like the first season and I was like, oh, this is hella messy. And I watched like with one of my friends, we would just text each other while we watched the show,
Mhm.
and we just never watched the second one.
Yeah, it's fine. Love Island has almost gotten me because the way people talk about it, it's so bananas.
I'm going to tell you the best reality show to watch. And I stand by it. I've been watching it through these sprints. 90 Day Fiance. You want to feel better about yourself and your life?
Dude, that show's a mess.
It's amazing.
Did I send you that TikTok?
The Circle. I watched a season of The Circle.
What was the TikTok?
About 90 Day Fiance. Like, oh man.
I
How
love
if I
the
sent
woman
you
on TikTok that parodies it.
Grub's got a 90 Day Fiance TikTok of like the lady leaving Jamaica single, and she's like, I guess it's fine. And he's like, I'm not happy about it.
Oh yeah, it's really bad editing.
Yeah.
You either sent me that one or I got that one.
Yeah.
I have to watch Pillow Talk, where they have the other 90 Day Fiance people shit talk the people currently on 90 Day Fiance. Fascinating. Big Ed, insane.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
that
your
one-
answers on Colton.
okay.
I mean,
That feels accurate. Like, I'm not surprised.
you can be like bi-romantic or
Yeah.
heteromantic, I guess.
I'm not watching anything on Netflix because I got kicked off my
Same.
mom's Netflix because
Oh, did
Netflix
it kick you
said-
off again?
Yes, it was working. And somehow the kids got it working. I ain't figured that out yet. They were watching Garfield. And I was like, hold on a minute.
I
I
have not used my Netflix in too long, and that's really sad.
Shiny Happy People on Amazon Prime was good, but it'll make you real mad. Real mad.
Yeah. That'll piss me off.
Oh, there's a show, what was it called? It's called Truth Seekers, and it's from like the guy that was in Shaun of the Dead. So it's like a horror comedy TV show in the UK. I started watching that. That's also on Amazon Prime. So if y'all have Prime anyway.
I need to finish Dairy Girls. I do love Dairy Girls, so that's on Netflix. And Keep Sweet, Pray and Obey. I need to finish on Netflix.
I need to watch that. I didn't watch that one.
There's a new season of
It's equally as upsetting as Shiny Happy People, if not more upsetting. So just be ready.
If you want an audiobook during the sprint, on Audible Plus, there's a book called The Debutante that's pretty new, and it's about like this lady who warned the government about the Oklahoma City bombing, but she was also like a neo-Nazi, so they didn't know if they were supposed to believe, if they should have believed her or not. It was really interesting. It was only like a 3-hour audiobook on like normal speed, and I sped it up, so it was a quick one, but it was really fascinating.
It's weird. like open my Netflix randomly. And then my mom texts me that my dad picked out like a weird movie on Netflix, usually. He's really good at picking weird movies.
I love that.
Outlander. I didn't even know Outlander was on Netflix, so
Man, I gave up on Outlander.
I did also give up on Outlander.
I do need to watch Umbrella Academy.
Sweet
That's been, like, on my
Magnolias,
radar.
I do want to pick up. I haven't tried that one yet. That's what on my
Sweet
list.
Magnolias season 1 and 2 are really cute. Season 3 just came out yesterday or today. I haven't got to watch it yet because
Yeah. I love Umbrella Academy, but that's the thing. Like our Netflix show drops, we watch it, and then we move on to like
it's Stranger
everything
Things.
else.
Stranger Things is what I watch on Netflix.
Same. Virgin
Steve
River,
Harris,
yeah.
I
I
need
wanted
to,
to try Virgin River too. My mom really liked Virgin River, so I just
I need to
don't.
re-up my Apple TV so I can watch Ted Lasso.
Yes, you do. You do
Don't
need to
even.
fix that
I'm not
problem.
even. I think we should all be proud that I have not mentioned it. I don't have on any Ted Lasso memorabilia. Like,
I'm proud of you.
I am not lassoed out today.
I did not get through season 1 of the show, nor did I get through book 1. So
Listen, I'm proud of you.
I am proud of you. Those are chunks. Those are big chunks.
And I know people love them, and I totally get the appeal. But going into book whatever I read with no context was not fun.
I think you're right. Was it book 4 or 5 that you went into without?
It was like 5. Yeah, it was.
You were like deep in.
Yeah, I was very confused for a hot second. It was a good time for all involved, I feel like.
And it was like, isn't it like a 1,000-page book or something ridiculously long?
It was. I'm also working on reading like 2 books that are combined will be about 1,000.
Ugh.
K-dramas are good.
I do like K-dramas. I am currently clean from K-dramas though because I will just not sleep and only watch K-dramas. So I have to like be really careful.
Running Man is the funniest Korean variety show. I highly recommend. Also, Master of the House.
I love that we've devolved into streaming services.
But like that's Lee Seung-gi is so cute, and he's the main host, and I love him. I would date him in a heartbeat. He's like my age. I could totally do it.
I think when Disney Plus and Hulu merge, it's going to be a little easier to like get your money's worth.
Agreed.
Yeah, they've started putting more shows on Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping to be like carried over into ad-free Disney Plus because I've been paying every March. I pay it for a year.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I pay for Hulu, but I don't pay for ad-free Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
I don't use it a ton, but I've been using it a lot lately. I have been watching Designing Women since Julia Sugarbaker was brought up earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I love her. I want to be her when I grow up. I want to cower a beauty queen in the corner and scream in her face. These are things I would love.
Vanderpump Rules.
Have
Have y'all watched that?
No.
I don't do a ton of reality TV, but when I was dog sitting for Izzy's parents, I got really into 90 Day Fiance.
Oh, telenovelas are so crazy. I love them. I love them so much. I grew up with them though, so I have a weird thing where my brain is just like, even though they're funny and ridiculous, my brain is like, you were forced to watch these as a child, you're gonna hate them.
That's how I feel about
Sleep good. We're gonna wrap up here in a minute.
Yeah, we are.
We've gotten totally off track, but it's okay.
I also have Paramount Plus. I don't know the last thing I watched on it, but I tell you what, my nephew gets a lot of use out of it, and my cousin's husband. He texted me one night and said, "Can I use your Paramount?" And I was like, "I don't care. Go for it." He said, "Cool. I want to watch Jackass." And I was like, "Oh,
I love it.
Okay."
There was something I wanted to watch on Paramount Plus, but I don't have it. I have Peacock.
I also have Peacock. I do watch a lot of Peacock. I've been rewatching New Girl on there. And
That's where it
occasionally
went.
I was watching the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
I watched while I got my hair cut the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I forgot so much about how wild they are. The Vanderpump thing, I loved watching recaps on TikTok of it. It was so much fun.
Me and Bestie went down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
On him. We sure did.
On Sandoval?
Yes.
Yeah, y'all were sending me TikToks about him.
I've never watched a single. I don't know anything about Vanderpump Rules. I don't know who these people are. I've never seen them before. I couldn't tell you what they do.
Mm-hmm.
But my God, I knew everything about Sandoval for about 2 weeks. I knew every move he made and why he was awful.
I was like, there's a reason I still have Peacock. That's probably why.
Yeah. And I occasionally will get a wild hair and watch like SVU. I do rewatch SNL quite often when I need a Jason Sudeikis kick.
Yeah.
And I don't have time to go down the Sandoval rabbit hole. I can't go back down it. I mentally. But like.
My favorite thing was that I sent to Grumps, the boyfriend that's a drummer, like analyzing his shows. And I was like, if I watch this show and you watch, this would be you. Like, this would be, I would be like pausing the TV and you'd be telling me what equipment's being used, how it's not happening. Actually, like, I was like, this is you. This is you. Never felt so seen in my life when I get talked to about random musical things. And I just go, huh?
I would love to, but I'm going to have to refresh my memory on it.
Listen, he cheated on his partner with like one of their friends or something and then admitted to it on the reunion.
Oh, and he's the one that said he did so much for her, like replace the paper towels.
Yes. Yeah, because Bestie then asked me, because May lifts my heavy furniture. Grumps provides for me. And then Bestie was like,
we asked her if Grumps provided paper towels and put new trash bags in the garbage cans. Because that's what Sandoval said he did. And that's why he was not useless. And actually very useful. And I was like, I took my own garbage out today. Because today was my garbage day.
Doesn't he also provided batteries.
Batteries, yeah. And I was like,
so he's so bad in bed that I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying, how many batteries are we going through that you're that bad in bed, buddy?
No, bad in bed, and that's not normally a bad thing, but in his case, if he's providing the batteries for her vibe, it is a bad thing.
Well, why haven't you bought a rechargeable? Like, by the time you buy all those batteries, you just buy a rechargeable.
Yeah.
Listen.
Like, what? They're all USB now. What are we doing here, buddy? Where are all these batteries going? I'm just saying, by the time you buy all these batteries you're providing.
You can also buy rechargeable batteries if you don't want to like invest in a new vibe. Just get rechargeable batteries.
Yeah, I just don't understand.
Well, like, you also need to replace that every so often.
Yeah.
I feel like after so long, you should probably.
But if you're just like really into battery,
oh my God, I didn't know this part.
That's that was a big deal.
Is that his kink? Is his kink battery operated things?
What if he kept them in batteries because he had one of those weird battery operated sex dolls, like the anatomically correct, like, or something weird like that, or like a fleshlight or something.
I mean, I don't think flashlights.
You're public. I've gotten a little too unhinged. I've got to reel it back.
Yeah, you do need to reel it back a little. We are public.
Like, rechargeable batteries are just a useful thing to have. It's better for the environment anyway.
I just want to know where all the batteries are going. I just was very confused by the statement. I was like,
have kids. Like, I understand, like, kid toys. Like, anytime I buy one of the kids' presents, I buy them a pack of batteries to go with it.
Yeah, I just don't.
Battery-operated toy.
Where's Furby?
Like everything's rechargeable now. Like, it's all like USB-C and stuff, or micro. Like, I just don't know a lot of things that aren't rechargeable.
I mean, I have to keep putting batteries in my Xbox controller.
May's forgotten we're not on private members friends in which we could be unhinged and talk about these things.
I reeled it back. When I looked up and saw the number was 24. was like, oh no. No, she froze. I
She
love it when
did.
she freezes.
Maybe there it goes.
Have y'all heard of Smothered? It's on TLC, and it's about people who are way too close to their moms.
That show's bananas too. I gave it a shot.
Do you know what I need to watch? But I already watched like 17 parts of it on TikTok instead of putting the documentary on. I need to watch the Vice documentary about John and Kate +8.
I forgot that was a thing.
It just came out. It's a very interesting expose.
Love it.
Yeah, tonight is a test run for tomorrow because tomorrow's going to be worse.
I'm gonna get a lot more sleep tonight than I got.
Yeah.
So I know we're not private sprinting, but I had a really bad allergic reaction, and my boss made me come home today because my face was still swollen.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been up way too long at this point.
Yeah, I'm
And I
also
tried to
tired.
take a nap.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't work out.
And then you had the kids this evening, so
you
you ended up unable to squeeze in a nap. Perhaps is when you would.
And I have hives on the back of my neck.
Oh,
Like bumps on the back of my neck.
I'm gonna start Team Players in bed because I'm gonna read an ebook and not listen to my audio probably tonight and pass out. Mm-hmm.
I would like to be close to 50% tomorrow when we kick back up.
Okay. And if not, if I don't do that, I will continue my audio. But sometimes if I lay down with an audio, I will fall asleep and wake up, and I am hours into the book.
I feel like it might be too late for a thriller, so I may actually start in a jam or just watch a documentary. One of the two.
That's wild.
That's crazy.
Wild.
That would be fun.
It does seem like everybody on Vanderpump is trash, which probably makes it more enjoyable. But all right,
that's what I love about 90 Day Fiance.
Yeah, they're all questionable, aren't they?
It's amazing. Big
right, I'm gonna end this. We will be back tomorrow morning at 10:30 Eastern.
I will be a lot less unhinged. I will
be reading for sprints. The whole time, there's probably not going to be as much unhinged conversation until tomorrow night's sprints. So we'll be back at 10:30.
I'm probably Eastern. Only going to be on tomorrow night's sprint.
We will see you all tomorrow. Keep reading. Go get some sleep. Whatever you want to do. Your
do
choice.
Whatever makes you happy.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. Do what makes you happy, and we will see you in the morning.